Shut him down.
Yeah.
I'm wired up too, y'all.
I really thought Don Davenport was flipping off
I
Joe
did
Buck
too.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to be like, yes.
Good
Get
afternoon
him,
to you,
Babs.
too.
Get him,
man.
Babs.
My adapter doesn't fit. I know that this is not good radio. I get it.
Babs.
It's 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. Thanks, Slay. Let me see if that one works.
That one shit.
But it's Whiny Wednesday, and I'm tired of my. This is great.
You're welcome, Babsy.
Slay, how do you have all the good stuff? Look at you.
The Hitman has the good stuff, and I just happened to steal his.
Oh, you
this
stole
is what
Blaine's.
he was using, yeah.
Blaine's going to come right back in here.
Blaine was using this.
Look, I borrowed his headset on Friday night for the Titans broadcast.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look he gave me when I brought that headset back in.
Well,
He was like, "You touch my headset?"
thanks to my reps. I ain't even got to worry about that.
Wait,
my
wait,
reps went out
Hunk.
and bought me one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, thanks, reps.
I need reps.
You got to get reps.
Hey, Hunk, have you
I
ever
need
seen
a
Blaine Bishop play football?
I have, as a
He
matter of
lays
fact.
people out.
I
man.
didn't know those
Like,
were his.
they call him the Hitman for a reason.
Yeah.
I didn't know those
He's
were
gonna
his.
hit
I
you.
was just like, "Oh, we need some headphones to do some sound checks."
He's
Next
gonna-
thing you know, you did? You used my headphones?
See, Blaine's real big into visualization. He's going to visualize you as
Dead.
Hines Ward.
Oh, whoa.
Hines Ward is the guy that Blaine's still looking for.
Yeah,
Every athlete's got somebody, right? Like, especially in football, like Hines Ward with those back blocks.
yeah, like me. And it was that. I ain't going to say that on air, but you know what I was going to say. If we was in the green room, you said peel black blocks.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I was going to say.
They
I really don't, but
no.
Hines Ward got Blaine one time when he wasn't
Yeah.
looking, and Blaine's been looking for him since.
Hey, man, guess what?
He'll
You
talk
got to
about
have
it
that
now,
head
too.
on the swivel, though. You got to have that head. Because guess what? I'm telling you, back in my football days, and I'm the old man on the porch, y'all. I keep on telling y'all the same story. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. And I'm looking for him to this day, just like he looking
Who
for
did
Hines.
it?
One of the Mandela brothers, I don't even
Oh.
know which one.
My Dilly.
Man, knocked my ear pad out, gave me snot bubbles just like on the movie The Program.
These are very famous Father Ryan athletes, the Mondellis.
Yes. I mean, real live, no. Like, I had watched the program before. Playing at Pearl Cone, like, we had a crazy defensive unit, so we used to have to watch the program even if we didn't want to be a
Just
part
to
of
get
the
hyped
program.
up?
Yeah, man. I saw a dude get laid out, and he had snot bubbles, and I was like, man, that can't really happen in no football. I'd be damn.
Really
Yes,
does,
it can. And the first thing I thought about, I'm on the program. But I was in real life. And my ear pad, they said, get your ear pad. It was laying back there probably about 10 yards away from me.
Man.
He rocked my world.
No wonder you quit football.
Oh, Babs, I didn't really quit.
Oh, I knew that.
I had
knew you were gonna-
I had a wrist
Wait, the
injury.
Mondellis drove you out of
What
football?
happened?
You know, see, what had happened, that woke me up. That let me know
The
no
snot bubbles
crackback.
were like, I'm out.
No crackbacks. You don't need no crackbacks, Slay. What put me out was me breaking my wrist. Trying to break my fall. I never learned that you don't try to put your arm down to break your
No,
fall.
you
Oh,
just
yeah.
fall.
Just fall.
Yep. You'll hurt
Didn't
other
know that.
things, but
Yeah.
you will break your wrist,
Snapped it.
especially when you're as big as you are.
Snapped it. Went up.
Little dude could do
But
it.
guess what, though, Mayor? Guess what, Babs?
What?
The athlete in me, I caught the ball, and I came down with the ball.
And broke your wrist.
And guess what I told Coach Gillum when I went back to the huddle?
That was for the Mondellis.
Put me back in.
I told him tape it up. And I was trying to do it. It was just like this. It was like a
Tape
U.
it tight.
This was hanging, and I kept on telling him, just hit it like this. It wouldn't go
Like
nowhere.
it's dislocated
I
or
was like,
something.
oh,
Just
yeah.
pop it
Yeah,
back
pop it
in.
back in. This thing's
Doesn't
broke.
work that way when
No.
it's broken.
Foolish me.
You know.
Hey,
I wanted to play.
before we get to whining too much,
On Whiny Wednesday.
Yeah.
somebody
Dude,
said
I
you-
feel like Bruce Arians was whining today.
Sorry.
I don't want to hear more of me. Jesus.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got a message. from
Yes,
a
I
listener,
did.
And somebody's birthday today.
Should I give him?
Wayne Brown.
Shout out to Wayne Brown. Happy, happy, happy birthday. See?
He's the real WB.
Yeah. Is he? So, does he have a cane and dance across the screen when he come on?
I don't know.
Is he
You know
at
the-
work dancing
You know
across
the
right
thing.
now?
You know the thing. It's the guy. You know the thing.
You really? You've been at home practicing on this too, because you getting closer and closer every day. Sting, the guy. You know the guy.
So dead on.
I love that dude.
Is
That-
there anybody that you've ever met before that's easier it's easier to make Slay laugh than anybody I've ever met before? That's where I was going with that.
Is it
He's
good?
happy. He's living life, man.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here.
Are you excited?
ESPN's talking about the Bucs a lot today. A whole lot.
The Bucs were talking a lot about the Titans.
That's good.
Bruce Arians was talking about how physical the Titans were.
Mm-mm.
That's why I'm like, it's whiny Wednesday. I feel like Bruce was whining a little bit.
Hey,
What do you think?
I
You
can't wait to
listen
hear
to
it.
him?
No, I didn't. I wanted to wait till I got in here so I can give you the raw me
He's,
answer.
he's a little whiny, I thought.
I believe it.
I mean, not whiny, but you know.
It's okay to be
You
whiny.
know what I mean.
It's
I mean,
Wednesday.
he did.
Whiny- It's
but
Wednesday for the wines.
I think he probably has every right to be. I'm judging by reports of, those that are at practice, and Jenna Lane does a great job covering the Bucs for ESPN, but apparently they had like 8 or 9 drops today. Now,
The Bucs did?
yeah.
Hey, well.
Like it was a rough
Was it
Antonio-
raining
rough
down there like
go
this?
in the
I
joint
wasn't raining.
practice.
I
No.
heard Buck Rising, speaking of Bucks, say it's appropriate for Buck to be there covering the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Like Bucks.
Oh, it got to be.
He said Antonio Brown had a bunch.
Of drops?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was, like, Jenna always tracks it, and she said there were 8 in today's practice. And then, obviously, Jackrabbit, Elijah Molden, Amani Hooker all had picks.
I blinded him.
Let there be light over there on Slate.
Right light, too.
Blinded by the light.
So, yeah, I think there were,
I don't know what the rest of that.
no. I think there. I think.
Pass it on the
I think the Bucs were probably not happy with their performance in their joint practice.
You know what?
today.
Screw them. They won the stupid Super Bowl last
And
year.
ran it
And they
back
have
with the
every,
team.
every single person back.
Yeah.
Plus
Talk
a little
about
song.
running it back.
Yeah, plus a little song.
All 22, man. Let's go.
Take
By the
that,
way,
take that.
Come on,
real,
man.
real quick to clean up Wayne Brown's birthday, I think it was Alicia that sent that note.
Oh yeah. I didn't know if I don't know. Were we supposed to say that?
Yeah, because she alerted us.
Probably not.
She wants the credit for the happy birthday.
What I would love for you to do is try to pronounce her last name.
I can't. You only sent me half of, like, it's cut in half.
Alicia Shield, Schild. So hey man, listen, Wayne Brown.
She deserves the credit for
There you go.
alerting us that it's Wayne Brown's birthday.
There you go. And Wayne, you don't know, man. She went through hell and high water to get this.
It's hard to get to us.
Yeah, and I don't even always.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
real
respond
hard.
a lot, but I don't always respond. So she had to go try to get to be my friend and everything. And I'm almost at the 5,000 mark. So I had to go delete some. So luckily she got in the door. Usually the door locked. So Wayne, man, you gotta give your lady some props, man.
I'm in the same boat. And Dawn was too, but she created a fan page, and that makes it easier.
Ah,
Blaine Bishop did the same thing.
see, that's why they
Well,
want to go to
I
Dawn.
figure, like, nobody wants to see pictures of my dogs and baby. You do. Well, you're on my.
I always
regular
text you every
Facebook.
time. Yeah, like
I know you do.
you only got to send me a message, Babs. I'm stalking Babs and Mr. Babs. And what's
I know.
going on?
She
over
gets
there.
mad at me because I include her like personal Facebook thing. But
And then I get like 80 million friend requests. I'm like, thanks.
But it's
Don't
not even-
include my Davenport page.
it's not even Dawn Davenport. It's
Guess
Dawn
what?
and her real name.
I see.
Not that Davenport's not a real name. It's a fine name, Dawn.
Babs, what if you looked out the window one day and I was just riding by your house? Would you think that was kind of
Creepy.
Wait, you and Ramon hanging out of the Sprinter?
just rolling by?
Hey, Babs,
rolling
you
by.
want to watch Pulp
Babs, what you
Fiction?
doing? What y'all doing in there? Tell all to move his truck. We're about to hoop out there in the driveway.
We're about to hoop.
Get baby
by the way,
Babs out here.
There is a 3HL poll question. Which member of 3HL would you choose as your therapist? Mayor, Babs, Slay, or Hunk? And this isn't going the way that I thought it would.
It's
Who's the leader in the clubhouse?
the Babsy.
That's
Yeah,
right, baby.
How is that even possible?
No,
That is
you know
wild.
why?
That's
You know
wild.
why? Because the people want brutal honesty. That's why. They want just keeping it real.
I
I
talked
feel
to
like Josh
keep it
Norman
real.
right now, okay?
Yeah, I talked to Lucas Panzica, who voted for me and Hunk, and he said, I just think Babs would make me cry.
How do you vote for you and Hunk? Pan
said-
is cheating.
He said me or him. I don't know
Oh,
who he
okay.
actually voted for.
Pan,
But he
I
felt
think
like
need
you
to
would
settle
put
that.
him in the boom boom room and that
Without
he would
question.
feel uncomfortable in there.
Well, sometimes it gets a little uncomfortable.
And that Babs would make him
Part of it.
cry.
What did you see? What Huff put?
Huff wrong.
What
He
did
just
he
gave
put?
Mayor some love. That's all.
What did he put?
Hunk, no question.
Thank
Oh, he
Ron-
gave Hunk the love. My bad, Hunk.
Ron would be texting. Brent wouldn't pay attention.
Yeah, that's probably
Co-sign on that. Dawn would get frustrated with me, start arguing with me, and make me feel worse than when I came in.
That's very accurate all the way around.
Huff is in the
Honk, you
2%.
won.
I would
Yes.
argue, though,
2%.
if you close the door and it's just me and you in the room and I'm listening to you, I would be a great listener.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you probably would.
If there was
Because
like
I care about you and your problem.
there was a device that made sure his phone would not go off and that
Vote
he
for
could
me.
not look at anything else. Vote for me.
Vote for me.
In our 3HL phone.
That was his pitch.
Dude,
Vote
you
for me.
don't
Yeah.
have 2%, okay? I have 2% on this.
Well, you're like milk. I mean, milk is good. It's good for you.
Whole is
I don't even
actually
like-
better.
No, I like one.
I don't like any of that.
Shut
I
up,
like
Slay. I
water.
don't need to get to 1, okay?
He's been bouncing between 1 and 2.
One to send me on. Go take the
All right,
kids to the pool.
here are the results so far. 17% say me. 32% say Slay.
Let's go, baby. Get the 35. That's all I want.
2% say Hunk. He's the milk choice. And 49% say Bab. She's actually popped under 50 for the first time.
Overwhelmingly favorite.
My
though.
approval rate is higher than the current president of the United States. There you go.
And the last one, and the one before that, and the one before that. It's funny how that works.
Is mine?
It's in Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, Hunk, too. This one, the last one, the one before that. I mean,
We go next.
Nobody
All right.
likes the person in charge.
you know who we do like? Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. He will join us next. How much can we learn from preseason games? That's one question for Coach Mack next on 104.5 The Zone.
The last year has brought radio back into your home. All you have to do is say, Alexa, play 104.5 The Zone.
Action247.com. What a weird stop that was. But it's not weird when you bet with these guys. They are the only local sports book in the state of Tennessee. Action247.com. That's how you get set up and you get rolling. It's football season, man. You can be betting on these preseason games, no question. We've had guests on tell us the 14-2 on the unders in preseason week 1. So what's week 2 going to have for you? I don't know, but you can figure it out. Action247.com. By Tennesseans, for Tennesseans. Download the apps, and you'll be up and running. You can do in-game stuff as well. A large percentage of people betting sports bet in-game, and that's something you can investigate as well. These are the guys that I use. Awesome website. Action247.com. Get signed up. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. For gambling problem support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
2020 taught us about being there for each other. 2021 looks brighter already. Being there for each other is still what it's about. Farm Bureau Health Plans is there for you. I know because I'm more than a policy number, I'm family. Like my Dental Vision Silver policy that covers everything from eyeglasses to dentures, and this great coverage is only about $1.50 a day. Plus, if you enroll within 6 months of your 65th birthday or within 6 months of enrolling in Medicare Part B, they'll waive all waiting periods. To learn more or enroll today, visit fbhp.com.
Two Rivers Ford. Let's talk about my friends over there. They announced the all-new Built For You program going on now. So here's how it works. What you do, you can order any Ford, any color, any available features and accessories from Two Rivers Ford, and then have your vehicle delivered right to your door. Don't have to see anybody in person. Don't have to go visit, although I would say I always like to go visit all my friends over there at Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, but you don't have to. You can order anything you want, all of it custom, and then have it delivered to your door. Just another way that Two Rivers Ford makes buying a vehicle easy. So if it is not on the lot, if you go and look, if it's not on the lot, it's not a problem. Two Rivers Ford will order that exact Ford that you want built just for you. Ask about the all-new Built For You program at Two Rivers Ford today. Go see them. Go see all their non-commissioned salespeople that are there just to help you out in Mount Juliet. You can check them out online, Two Rivers Ford, online.com. Two Rivers Ford, love where you buy your Ford.
Lately, we've been getting a lot of calls and questions about acoustic wave therapy for the treatment of erectile dysfunction. This is a relatively
in one-on-one, and you're going against Mike Evans and Tom Brady and Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown. I mean, those are legitimate dudes in one-on-one, and you got to step up, and you got to just step up to what's going on and to compete. Now, you're going to get beat some, but you're also, when you start making plays, and then in the team period, I mean, they had 3 interceptions in the team period. I mean, these guys now, we've been talking about this secondary has been playing fast and has been really, really dialing in, when we're up there. And it's not like they're not going against top flight players with ours, but I mean, it's different. It's different when you do that. And it was really good to see that. I mean, I really like what Elijah Molden did today. I mean, I watched him. We watched the defense. Myself, Mike Keith, and Amy Wells and Charles Davis. We stood and watched the defense today. The way these fields, they've got a beautiful facility, and the way their fields are, we're in the end zone watching. And so, look, when you've got joint practices, if you try to watch both, you don't watch any. Okay, That's why today the head coaches. Vrabel stayed with the Titans offense. BA stayed with the Bucs offense, and so tomorrow I'm sure they will switch. But you've got to watch one side to really dial in. And we watched the defense today, and we were all very impressed with what the defense was able to do. And the secondary you watch, because the ball's going to be in the air a lot in these types of practices. And Elijah Molden, I mean. The guy's sticky in the slot, and that's why he was drafted here. And Christian Fulton again gets to go up against some people. Understands that he can't grab as much as he did at LSU. He made some nice plays today, and there were some plays where he got beat. That's what you do, though. You challenge yourself in these types of things. Of course, Jackrabbit, it was just old school for Jackrabbit. 10-year vet, he wasn't awed by anything, and he goes out there and just picks one off that bounces off of Gronk's hand in the 2-minute drill. I mean, it's good to watch. And Farley, look, Caleb Farley got a lot of work in one-on-ones today. He made a beautiful play on a deep ball in one-on-ones on Mike Evans. And here's what he did. He got initially beat off the line because Mike Evans does that to a lot of people, but he's got the speed to catch up. And then at the catch point, he's got the length to make the play and knock it away. This is invaluable work today and tomorrow for these players, especially these young players. I'll tell you who else stood out, and I keep talking about him, and is Hooker. I mean, Amani Hooker he and Byard is a sweet combination back there right now. I enjoyed watching it today, and I'll say the other thing too. Jeffrey Simmons, the offensive line for the Bucs knew who Jeffrey Simmons was, and so he was playing a lot of double teams, and he got some knockback and some push. This is excellent work down here. I can't wait to go back tomorrow and see it.
There's a lot to unpack in all of that. You hit on Jenkins, Molden, and Hooker. Those were the 3 that had the picks. I know I follow Jenna Lane, who does a great job of covering the Bucs.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, for ESPN. But I know she had talked about there were quite a few drops that Bruce Arians was a little bothered by offensively. Some of their drops from your vantage point, was that catchable balls they're dropping? Was that a product of what the Titans defense was giving them? What did you see there?
Some of them were catchable balls that were not a result of close coverage. I mean, I saw that, and she's right, and Brady's right, and BA's right. Some of them were contested catches as to where they were able, they didn't get the separation that they needed. And of course, look, I mean, Tom Brady was he and his son were running sprints after practice. Then he was working on his bootleg. Tom Brady's last one off the field. Dawn, you and I watched him when the Patriots came in there. Remember, he's the last one off the field. So he's still out there working. So any drops are going to make Tom Brady mad, and they're going to make Bruce Arians, mad. And so they were in 2 different categories, as I said. Some clear wide open, or open drops, not wide open, but open drops. And then some were contested, and some were not good separation. So they expect excellence. That's why they're the world champions, and that's what you want to practice against.
Hey, real quick, just to go off script a little bit, but you mentioned Tom Brady's son, Jack, was out there. I saw a video of them, running shuttles or something together.
Yes.
He's like a freaking carbon copy of Tom. He's like young Tom, but he's lanky and
No. He's got long legs, just like in Deck Kurtz. His mother does
Look at
too.
his mom,
so he's got a chance to have them. Yeah. And so, but I mean, yeah, he was out there running. He was doing the same running workouts, and I mean, I thought it was so cool just watching, and he was, he was there doing it, and then Tom was working on, as I said, his bootlegs to his opposite hand. I mean, that's why he is who he is.
That is awesome.
Coach Mack with us, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans.
Coach Mack, tell me a little bit about what that offensive line looked like holding up. What did it look like?
I didn't watch the offense today.
Oh,
only
no,
watched
only
the
defense.
defense.
Okay, well, tell me what the linebackers look like, Coach.
Jayon Brown was really good in coverage today. And you know what I like? Here's what I like, Ron. He was covering Gronk, when they were doing things, and Gronk ran a little stick nod deep, which means, takes a nod to the outside, then runs it deep. Well, Jayon was on him. The ball was overthrown. But on the way back from that stick nod route, he and Jayon were talking about, and you could tell that Gronk was saying, "Look, if I get up the field and you're on me like you are, they're gonna always nod you like that. They're gonna nod you and take a look." They were exchanging what you do.
Wow.
And that was player on player. And look, Gronkowski is a deal. He's a beast. When he walks out on the field, the fans that they had here and all the corporate tents that were full, all he's got to do is walk out on the field and they start screaming. Okay, So this guy is a legitimate deal. But Jayon was doing a great job in coverage. He had several breakups. But that little exchange between them, that's what this is about.
Yeah. I was going to say, Coach Mack, so many people are worried about when teams come together like this and all this testosterone on one field and getting into it and, competitive greatness kicking in and people starting to get to fighting and things like that. But when you see this as a coach, how much more do you want to do this as a franchise?
No, look, if your head coach and your organizations are professional, have control of it, it's perfect. It's great. And as I said, Bruce Arians and Mike Vrabel, they're ball coaches that have control of their teams. All right. This other stuff, when you have them coming together like Braveheart running, down the hill at each other, that's you're not getting anything accomplished. This is beautiful. This is professional football the way it should be.
I think Taylor Lewan said in advance of it, it's going to be a bloodbath. So it's not that.
Well, it's physical, but it's not ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You start fighting, it's ignorant. I mean, that's just all there is to it because you're wasting energy. Ask Ron Slay how much energy it takes to fight.
Oh, my gosh.
To fight during practice. And especially here, it's a little bit toasty out here, guys. I mean, it's hot. Yeah, we did Amy and I and Mike did a stand-up today after practice, and it's hot. And it's humid because it's Tampa, it's Tampa, Florida in August. And so, you've got energy. You want to get better and you want to practice. You don't want to waste energy fighting because what's fighting going to do for you anyway? Zero.
Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price? Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947. Coach, you mentioned Elijah Molden. So from a coaching perspective, if you see a young guy have a couple of good practice sessions against another team, you're obviously looking for that to carry over into a preseason game, correct?
Yeah, it has to. I mean, it's just part of the evaluation process. I mean, this isn't the end all to be all, but it's a step in the evaluation process. And that's what you want to do. You want to see young guys that step up to the various challenges that they're going to meet throughout the early parts of their development. And this is one of them. I mean, this is one of them. This is why you schedule these types of things. And so, yes, but he was, I was talking to Charles Davis watching him, and, what a great job Charles does with the draft. Too, just like we do at Titans Radio. I said, Charles, did you see this in his film? He said, yes. I said, I did too. Because he's sticky on the hip, on those little stick outs that you've got to learn to cover when you're playing in the slot, and he did it today.
Coach Mack, this isn't. Let me ask you this: looking at it, and I'm a guy that's trying to learn the nuances of the game. So when you go into this and you see the situations where guys are matched up. And there's no scheme really involved, right? So it's nothing that you can see from the defensive coordinator where you'll be like, I saw him put this wrinkle in right there. It's basically mano-a-mano, right?
Yeah, it is. Except when you're playing, when you're doing 7-on-7 or you're playing team and they're going to throw it, you still want to work a little bit. I mean, you're not going to just line up. You're not going to line up in the middle of the field closed, which means you're free safety in the middle of the field, or you're not just going to line up with a 2 shell and just stand there. You still going to work your bogeys some today. And you heard Tom Brady talk about it a little bit. He said they did a nice job of disguising some of the things they're going to do. It's not game plan wise, but it's built into your DNA, because defensively in this league, as much as it's an open space game, you can't just stand stationary like an iron deer in the front yard. You can't do it. You've got to be able to move and still get to your coverage from bogeys, which means disguise different looks. They were working on that today.
Iron deer in the front yard. Coach Mack, one of the questions that we went through on Monday, and we spent a lot of time on this, how much can we learn from preseason games?
A lot, if you know what you're watching. I mean, you look. It's the preseason games are for development. You're not learning anything from the score. Take that. That's not what you're learning from. But you're learning when you're watching individuals, because you decide what you're going to work on each preseason game. You go into it deciding, as a staff, what you're going to work on, regardless of what your opponent's doing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Regardless of playing ball games, you're trying to stop your opponent. Both sides of the ball, what they're doing. When you go into preseason games, you are trying to set a pattern that you are going to work on, regardless of what your opponent is. All right? Because just like what happened in Atlanta, Dean Pease decided he was going to bring heat, because he knew with the group that he was putting out there, he couldn't stop the run game with just a 7-man front, so he wasn't going to get embarrassed and run out of the Mercedes-Benz dome. So he was going to blitz. They didn't care if he was blitzing, and they didn't work on those blitzes a lot. That's why you saw some of them coming free. But what you do is you go into it with a plan of and then you react to what your opponent is doing. But you set a program that you want to develop on a progressive stage in each individual preseason game. That's what you go into it, and you look in and you try to put individuals in stressful situations that you need to find out differently than in practice.
Well, I was impressed with Rashad Weaver and his ability to line up and go after the quarterback, his ability to move around in space. Then also, and we talked about this coming from since the draft, he also lined up with his hand on the ground. Very, very multiple in his skill set. Coach, I think he was trying to jump me before I even got. Are you serious, Rashad Weaver? Good call there, Doherty.
Yeah, you better know it. You should have been. You should have been happy to see what he was doing. Excited. It might be, it could be a little tornado or something. You know what I mean, in our area. Hopefully not.
He did drop off. Coach Mack in Tampa Bay, covering Titans practice for Titans Radio. Amy Wells is there. Mike Keith is there. Rhett Bryan will be there later in the week. So listen to the Zone for all your coverage coming up from Tampa. 6:30 is the kickoff time on Saturday. You can catch all the action from Titans Radio right here on 104.5 The Zone. I went into this brilliant, as I put it, explanation as to why I was impressed with Rashad Weaver. Am I way off?
No, you're not. What the hell happened? Don, what the hell happened?
I don't know.
I like how you blame her immediately. That's good.
We got some
I'm
weather
not
here in
blaming her.
Nashville.
I'm asking her because she is the only one there that would have any idea what happened.
So true, Coach Mack.
I don't know.
This is why she's winning the poll.
No question.
She should win. She should win every poll.
Talk to me about
No. And what I said was you should have been impressed, because that was something that they wanted to work on. And you heard him say that he and Mike Vrabel had a conversation before they went down there, where finally Mike Vrabel said, quit worrying about everything else, just play free. Play free. Play ball out there. Don't try to be perfect, go play ball. And that's what he did. Because when you watch him on tape at Pitt, you saw a guy that was very aggressive, that had a nice long arm to him, that was a very physical player, that was a relentless player, and that's how he played, and he had success, and that will help him.
Another guy that stood out to me, Larrell Murchison, big Murch up front, and just looking for rotational players, because that's what you need. And I know several starters actually did play on defense and not on offense, but for me, I was watching like who can help rotationally this year.
Well, right, and that's what you should have. And look, the starters on defense didn't play one series.
Yeah.
They played 1 3 and out. Okay, but so they could start off the two linebackers. The two linebackers basically, Big Jeff and the two safeties. All right, and the corners. They played 1 series. Anyway, the thing that is important with that, see, Murchison and those guys that didn't have a camp last year because of the COVID that hit,
they needed to have some development this year, which is extremely important. And yes, that's going to be big for him. You know, just like to me, Amani Hooker. I mean, it's his third year. It's time with off seasons to step up and make another move. And you need those guys to do that. And that, you're right. Murchison did that. Now he's got to continue it. Once is not enough. All right, in the National Football League, once is not enough. Only thing doing it once gets you is a chance to do it twice.
Good stuff, Coach Mack. Appreciate you. We'll be listening this weekend.
Guys, as I said, you guys would like it down here because you're seeing some real ball practice. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me. See you.
There he is, Coach Mack. Appreciate his time. Presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans each and every week. Coach Mack joins us on Wednesdays. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price. Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947. He went on and on about Amani Hooker again, talking about those safeties. What do you think? 615-737-1045. Your takeaway from Coach Mack's conversation with us. 615-737-1045.
3, the Pro Way, taking you inside the transition from retired athlete to business. Every Monday morning at 8 with Tennessee football legends Joey Kent and Kevin Dyson. 3, the Pro Way. Download now at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
What up, people? How y'all doing? It's Ron Slay, and I got something for you. It's a hot real estate market, and nobody else can get the job done except Mark Spain Real Estate. It's one of the fastest growing real estate companies in Nashville. They also got this guaranteed offer that you should be aware of. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the strongest cash offer in the industry. Find out what Mark Spain's guaranteed offer would be on your home today. There's no obligation, and they respond fast. So this is what you can do. You can sell your home hassle-free with Mark Spain Real Estate. And there are no showings, no open houses, no stress. It's that simple. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate keeps you in control. You can close in as little as 21 days or after you find a new home. Go to markspain.com. That's markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing. Or you can always call 855-299-SOLD.
Lately, we've been getting a lot of calls and questions about acoustic wave therapy for the treatment of erectile dysfunction. This is a relatively new treatment for ED, but one we've been using for years. This is Kim for the Tennessee Men's Clinic, and if you're looking at acoustic wave therapy or any option to help your ED, it's worth a visit to check us out. Our wave therapy protocols use acoustic wave technology, but often also combine it with other treatments that can give most of our patients far higher satisfaction rates. There is no surgery nor any type of invasive procedures required, and while most clinics you hear about only offer sound wave treatments, with our urologist and provider's guidance, you can likely have sex the day after your appointment and experience fewer letdowns. With another one of our ED treatments, you can last up to an hour and a half, and our expertise in treating these issues means you'll get the results you want. So make your appointment today. We'll show you why our acoustic wave program is the better way to do wave therapy. Call us today at 615-208-9090 or go to TennesseeMen'sClinic.com. Visit our website to learn more, including side effects. Treatments extra. Results vary.
One of the things I love about Accurate Mortgage is the way that they give back to the community, and that's just what they are doing this week. Accurate is teaming up with the West Nashville D1 to level the playing field. Here's what they're doing. They're hoping to raise $180,000 to upgrade a Metro Nashville school weight room. The weight room for the school will include new flooring, paint, weights, and a player's lounge with TVs and video games. This will be a safe space where the kids can hang out after school on weekdays and on weekends. This Metro Nashville school is in a zip code with one of the highest murder rates in America, as well as one of the highest incarceration rates for males under the age of 25 and lowest graduation rates in the area. The campaign isn't just about giving the students nice equipment. It's about showing these students that they are worthy of quality things regardless of their circumstance. But they need our help to do this. If you're listening now, check out the socials for GFX 3HL and at Brent Doherty, and you can see information on how you can help us raise money. Let's all come together and help Accurate Mortgage and West Nashville D1 show these kids what Middle Tennessee can do.
The VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military. You can buy a home with no money down. You can refinance and cash out up to 100% of your home's equity. And interest rates are up to a full point lower than other loans. At HeroLoan.com, we want to earn your business. We pay for the appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Get the loan you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com. The only way to VA. NMLS number 1326241.
The first bet on Caesar Sportsbook app is up to $5,000 risk-free, people. When I told my team about the idea, they said I was being too wonderful and magnificent. But I don't care how awesome this makes me. I'm doing this for the people. So just download the app, and that first bet is up to $5,000 risk-free. Caesar made an app for the people.
Must be 21. Offer valid in Tennessee only and for new players. Paid in bet credits. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Farm Bureau Health Plans remind you to listen to 104.5 The Zone all week during the 2021 Titans season. To hear Titans Radio's Mike Keith and Coach Dave McGinnis giving their unique insight on your Tennessee Titans. It's all presented by Farm Bureau Health Plan on 104.5 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Traffic Center.
Looks like crews are working on a crash over on the South Loop at I-65 northbound right at the 65-40 split. The off-ramp is partially blocked. And have a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane at I-40 westbound at Fesser's Lane. Also have an accident reported at Sylvan Park at Nebraska Avenue at 40th Avenue. Also, thunderstorms and rain come into Middle Tennessee this afternoon. Please give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going as visibility may be low due to rain. I'm Joshua Clay with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Great job, 104.5 The Zone. Coach Mack coming at us live from Tampa said Amani Hooker continues to stand out. He and Byard is a sweet combination right now.
Like that. Hey, this is a much better Blinded by the Light. Good job, Hunk.
You're just going to keep playing this song all day?
So I found out that apparently Blinded by the Light is a 7-minute long song. And I played the 1 minute that was not anything that anybody knows.
Guitar solo. Yeah, some people love guitar solo.
Sorry, huh? Well, it's the preseason, huh? That's all good.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, we just got to get everything right before week one.
Joint
That's all that matters.
practice. We're good.
What is it, September? What is it, September 2nd?
What, today?
No, you know who plays on September 2nd, everybody? Okay, don't even worry about it. Let's go. Let's stay.
The Vols play 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Bingo! Boom!
2
pow.
weeks from tomorrow.
Boom! Bang! Pow!
Did you put out that picture of Joe Milton out on the internet? He looks like an
I
offensive
didn't.
end.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Those biceps.
I ain't even gonna say this is me.
My kids think Tennessee's going My kids think Tennessee will go undefeated now based on this picture of Joe Milton.
Oh, Lord.
They just became some of my greatest nephews.
You know what? No.
We don't want to be on the couch right now, Babs.
Okay.
Let us roam free until things start up.
Yeah, we don't need any therapy session from you.
Yeah, don't put us in the barn.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, let us roam out here and graze. Unzip it.
Do you want to know something that's funny? I did a little research on our Auburn-Tennessee discussion.
Oh, here we go.
Of course
you
go
did.
this far.
Tennessee is actually favored
I
to
thought
go
we were
over.
done by that.
Tennessee's favored to go over the total of 6. Auburn is favored to go under the total of 7.
Bingo. Boom. John Madden.
I don't. Where is this coming from?
I don't know.
You know what?
Because there's 2 Tennessee people in here and 2 Auburn people in here, so we need to have this discussion. Before the season starts.
I'm not a complete homer, but it's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
This is going to be something we update every Monday, isn't it?
Yes. Now, granted, I did work the Auburn spring game, so I was privy to practices and all of that in the spring, and coach conversations and player conversations. So maybe that's why I don't know, in a different place
Didn't we have
about
a similar
Auburn?
conversation about Vanderbilt? Not that Vanderbilt is anywhere near where Auburn is, but I remember telling you that I thought Vanderbilt would win 0 games.
Darn.
Yeah, I did not think they would win 0 games.
Oh, last year?
I was surprised.
That's
well,
tough. That's
okay,
tough
but
to
it's
do.
hard.
It's tough to do.
It was
I
hard
was all
to.
conference.
It was hard to predict anything. That was prior. Was it last year? I think it was the year before, Brent.
It might have been that too.
I think it was the
I didn't
year
say
before.
winless though.
Brent.
I think they were 3 on the over/under 2 years ago. They are 3 this year too. Their over/under win total is 3.
Ooh. I mean and that's their 3 non-conference.
3 of the 4, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
East Tennessee State, man. You'll get an up close look at that one.
Maybe.
Maybe. You don't want Dawn to be your therapist. Come on, let's tighten this thing up.
For real.
I will bring alcohol to the therapy session.
Trying to bribe
Oh wait,
them now?
that's terrible. That's a.
Guess what I'll bring? I'll bring Morgan Freeman to the Boom Boom Room.
Oh my gosh.
Not if I don't pull it.
Yeah, we've been waiting
Guess
on
what
that
I'll
for
bring?
quite a while.
Truth and honesty.
Meaning Hunk hasn't pulled that bit of audio from that conversation with Frank
No,
Alley
he
yet.
hasn't. He needs to get on
Thursday
it. I don't know
or
what
Friday.
You're waiting for.
It's got to be here by Friday.
You know what I'm going to
You're
do?
waiting for.
It's
Come on now.
Like, we got a Boom Boom Room episode coming out on Sunday. Like, I kind of need it. Huh?
On.
I mean,
Who's on Sunday?
Coach Maurice Fitzgerald.
Oh, that man's got stories.
Boom!
He told some of them on
Yes, he did.
3HL here.
Yeah, he's an open book. I mean, he knows where all the bodies are buried in Metro Nashville.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Sports, that is. AJ.
I was like, okay, hold on.
Sorry, Coach. AJ, what's up?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, we're good.
How y'all doing? Everybody all right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
I kind of touched on a little bit with the Titans yesterday. You know, with them being like a top 5 offense, maybe like top 12 defense, and the way how this defense is kind of playing right now. You know, even though it's just preseason, you know, I think it might surprise some people because I think with the Jim Schwartz thing is it's kind of bringing that old vibe. You know what I'm saying? Back to Nashville when it came to our defense. And you know, I just want to hang up with just one thing. What I'll say about that.
AJ, that's funny that you said that because I immediately thought when Arians talked today and talked about the Titans' physicality, you know, basically just praising how physical they were, all of that, I immediately thought that's a Jim Schwartz thing, right? And I know that's a lot of coaches' thing, but in my mind, immediately I went to Jim Schwartz would expect nothing less in a joint practice. I don't care if we're padded or not, but we will bring the physicality.
Totally agree.
So it's funny that AJ said that because that's immediately what I thought when I was listening to Arians talk about that. And not saying that that's not a Vrabel thing too, and it's not a Shane Bowen thing too, but I mean that Schwartzy. You remember back in his time here, a practice with Schwartzy in charge. Like, watch out now.
He's hardcore.
Yep.
It's funny too because fans in the stands and he's walking out there just screaming curse words at everybody. He didn't care.
Him and Jim Washburn, you had to put them on the other side of the field away from the fans.
Hey,
because
they're not there for the fans. They're there to get better. That's it.
Work done.
And they don't care that there's kids standing, you know,
Shouldn't have brought them.
a field away.
Dale says, Mayor just won my vote. Hashtag Elixir. Thank you, Dale. We're going to have a good time in my therapy session.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I'm at 16% on this deal. Slay's at 32%.
I'm dropping.
Babs is 49%.
I'm staying steady.
Hunk is up to 3%.
Yes.
Hey, Hunk's on the rise.
Ewing, yes.
I'm telling you, you at home practicing. You at home practicing, dude. That was Albert all day right there. I'm telling you. That was Albert. Marv, that is.
Risk it, no biscuit. What does he say? Risk it, no biscuit, Daddy.
Daddy, oh.
Bruce Arians. No, they were very complimentary. Bruce Arians said this was the perfect team to have come in here. For them to get better. With his little hat on.
He's pretty likable, don't you think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to have him.
He's the guy that tried to fix Tebow, remember? Over at D1. They were working out here, trying to fix that delivery. Sure enough, like several years later, he'd play baseball, and then he'd become a tight end. All because Bruce Arians couldn't fix him.
Your fault, Bruce. You wasn't Bruce Almighty that night.
615-737-1045. Scott, next up on 3HL. Hey, Scott, what's up?
What's up, people?
What's happening?
Hey, so yeah, no offense to Babs, but Slay is the therapist. I'm going to tell you why. Everybody has got therapists at their disposal. It's your boys. If you boys are true, when you go out, you're having some beers, they'll tell you when you're acting foolish. You open your heart up to them, they'll set you straight. And at the end of the day, I love you, Babs, Brent, Hunk. But who doesn't want to go have a beer with Slay?
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you ain't doing nothing but telling the truth. That's
Now,
all you doing.
You might have a beer. Slay might have like a double Tito's with a splash, just a splash of club soda, where Uncle Tito doesn't even know that the club soda's in the drink.
Like, woo.
Well, as long as we're all drinking.
Hey, there you go. See? Hey, man.
See, I love how, thank
Later,
you.
everybody.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you. I love how this therapy session turned into like having drinks with the boys.
Yeah, but it's because you get off what you need to get off first, and then after that, it's like, man, I love you, dude.
Plus, I think that's the only angle that we can attack Babs. Babs is just dominating us.
She is. I already said she's the overwhelming favorite. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hey.
My favorite part of you on this show is when you correct yourself.
Hey, man, if I don't, then the people will. So I gotta beat the people to the punch.
Let's go Russell in the borough. Russell, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
What's up, Russ?
Hey, Slay, I'm sorry, man. I couldn't make it to the event the other night. I won some tickets, and I couldn't make it because my AC went out in my house.
Oh man, now you gotta get that fixed.
And I did, it wasn't very cool outside.
No, it was not. Yeah.
So I wanted to apologize, and I hope somebody got those tickets.
Man, that's all good, bro.
Thank you, Russell.
I just and love you guys. Y'all are great. Y'all helped me through hot days at Amazon all day long.
Oh man!
So,
all right, bro.
The cool when you lose air conditioner and you work for Amazon, it's not a good deal.
Can't escape it at all.
No.
No chance.
Appreciate you, brother.
How many packages do you think Russell's delivered to Auntie Babs over there?
Ooh, at least 3 to 4 a day. That's what I'm gonna go out on.
There's a problem. Yeah, I do have a problem. It's so convenient.
She put herself on the couch.
One day shipping, man. You get it the next day.
You just pour a glass of wine and you get on the internet. I mean,
like I order like
that's therapy.
Laundry pods and all of it. It is therapy.
It's therapy.
Like it just makes you feel better when you see that box on your porch.
It's like Christmas morning because you forgot you ordered it.
Over Christmas, I usually put, I need to do this all the time, but over Christmas, I'll put like snacks and waters and stuff out for our delivery guys.
Wow. That's when you
I know I need to do it more. I should probably just do it all the time.
Come on, it's the guy. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. Did he say that?
Babs, that much that you have to put snacks out?
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
She probably knows his name.
That's a lot.
But because think about it though, because I do all my Christmas shopping for my little niece and nephew,
okay.
I do everybody on Amazon because it's
too easy.
It's easy.
What about your anniversary? Did you do it for that?
Why do you have to bring that up?
Why are you bringing up old
shit? Why are you bringing old stuff? I got a card.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
The card is made of cotton. What else do I have to do?
Nothing.
Thank you. That's right.
Nothing. Screw him.
Gifts are dumb.
Gifts are dumb. Who was Stevie 12 talking about when during free agency he said a team had moved on because they were keeping their MFer? Was it Tannehill? He was asked about it today. We'll talk about it next.
The Titans are in Tampa against the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, it's the preseason, but hey, it's Tom Brady. Mike Keith and Coach Mack have the kickoff Saturday night at 6:30.
Throws a man down and goes out of bounds at the 40.
On your home for Titans football and flagship for Titans radio, 104.5 The Zone.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by DoorDash. DoorDash makes back
Titans and the Super Bowl champion Bucs. Kickoff is Saturday night at 6:30 on your home for Titans football. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
And the Titans are already in Tampa Bay as they had a joint practice with the Bucs today. And as they were, Coach Vrabel talked about that practice and how he thought the Titans did up against the Bucs.
Again, we started the first period. I had 10 pluses and 2 minuses as I was charting plays, just standing back there, as far as getting some free access on the run game or blocking them in the play pass and completing passes. So I felt like we started out really well. I don't know how well we finished, but I know that we, early on in that 1st and 10 period, I thought that was some pretty good efforts on our part to get them covered up and get the backs into the second level.
Locally, Nolensville will be playing in the Tom Seaver Championship bracket in the Little League World Series. First game, it will be happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, and they will be taking on Ohio. If you want to watch that game will be on ESPN. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station of the Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
The 3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay.
HL 104.5 The Zone. 3HL poll is out on the Twitter feed at 3HL 104.5. Which member of 3HL would you choose as your therapist? Mayor, Babs, Slay, or Hunk? Babs is crushing it. A lot of y'all just, I don't know, want Babs to, yell at you, make you cry. I don't know.
Yeah.
If this is what y'all
That's
want.
what I normally do, make people cry.
If this is what y'all want, y'all can have that. Because guess where I'll be? I'll just be sitting outside in the lobby, waiting on y'all to finish up with Babs. And, I'll take y'all wherever y'all want to go. Let's go have a good time. Since you got that off your, see, me and Brandon be right there.
We're bringing alcohol.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
we
let's
can
just stay in the
team up.
lobby. Yeah, we'll team up and just stay in the lobby.
Hey, if we team up, we might beat her.
How much you got? How much you winning?
I'm not going to be much help here, guys. I'm just going to let you know.
Yeah, you can stay in there.
Yeah, you just don't even worry about it. Yeah, how much? What percent you at? I'm at 30. You said I'm at.
Let's see.
The behind that preposition.
Babs is at 50%. Well, we do need.
She just went up.
We do need Hunk.
Come on, Hunk. We need your 3.
Oh wait, no. I thought I need to stay in here now. Now, well, hold up now.
Slay's at 32. I'm at 16. That's 48. Bab's still beating us.
Let me hold on to you. Let me hold on about 3%.
So wait. So now
then
I'm
Hunk goes
the
down
icing.
to 2. Now wait a minute, no, because Hunk went up.
Babs
to 3.
is sitting over there, man. She's so competitive. She's like, y'all guys keep
y'all
talking.
fight over.
I got this thing wrapped up.
Hey, well, she killed me, boy. Hey, y'all just go ahead and do what y'all got to do. I'll beat on her door. Get out of here, Babs. While she in there with the people on the couch. Get out of here.
Get out of here, Babs. Oh, man. Tampa and the Titans practicing today, and Kevin Byard said that they started slowly and then picked up as the day went on. Mike Vrabel said, do you have this cut?
I do.
He said opposite.
He said that, yeah, it's opposite day for Mike Vrabel. You can hear Hunk go.
Started the first period. I had 10 pluses and 2 minuses as I was charting plays, just standing back there, as far as getting some free access on the run game or blocking them in the play pass and completing passes. So I felt like we started out really well. I don't know how well we finished, but I know that we, early on in that 1st and 10 period, I thought that was some pretty good efforts on our part to get them covered up and get the backs into the second level.
Get your back into the second level.
Then you hear Byard, and it's totally different.
Okay, but Mayor with a good point here during that bite. Mike Vrabel was watching offense. Kevin Byard obviously plays defense. Like, that's what Coach Mack told us. Coach Mack watched defense the entire practice and spoke pretty highly of how they looked. But Coach Vrabel was on the field with the offense the entire time. Bruce Arians was over there with his offense the entire time. So that's the perspective we're going to get.
That's
there.
true.
So that makes sense.
So it's interesting, though, that the offense started quickly and faded. Defense started slowly and picked it up.
Right.
Maybe they should play each other. But then they wouldn't have to go to Tampa.
Then they'd be missing a whole lot.
How can I not be your therapist? Oh, my gosh.
Shoot.
615-737-1045.
Mr. Positive.
Darrington Next up on 3HL, Darrington, what's up?
Oh, I'm in the building. Hey, so I got a question.
Different tone
What type of therapist are we going to? Because last time I checked, there's a therapist for different special reasons. You got family, marriage, and all that other stuff. So if we're doing emotional, I think I might have to go to Hump. Because if I go to Slay, I think it's just going to be one big party. If I go to Babs, I got to keep my feelings in check. And I also like to thank Buck Riley for making the dumbest thing in sports today, for saying that TiVo had a better run than Ryan Tannehill. I just figured he was more clutch in 2011. Oh well. Have at it, guys.
See, Darrington's just making things up.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I ain't
missed
even gonna
that.
bite for that because I was
like,
listening
I
to the
know
Buck
that
show
Buck
today.
despises the whole
I was
TiVo
listening to the Buck show
experiment.
today.
Yeah, we'll be
I ain't
glad to
gonna
go at Buck, but I mean, it's got to be for a real thing.
Buck at one point in time sounded like he snuck into the Tampa Bay workout because he was whispering at the very beginning of the 11 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think Tom Brady was addressing the media while Buck was doing his show like 10 feet from him.
You could see Tom Brady behind, or you could see Buck behind Tom Brady when you see some shots of him talking today.
Is that true?
Yeah, seriously.
Is
Yes.
he wearing a ridiculous like Hawaii 5-0 shirt?
Luckily,
Like
it was
he's
just
a
the
Hawaiian
top of his head.
Private investigator? That's what Buck's been rolling with lately.
I know. And somebody told me that it's his girlfriend that buys his clothes for him.
Where are you going with this?
I'm like, I feel like her taste is way better than that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, Dara, step it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm like, Dara has way better taste than what Buck shows up in. If that's true, that Dara's buying his clothes,
Do you think it's
We gotta
like
get- we gotta
Do you
get
think
on
it's
that.
like a girl in high school where like the parents pick stuff out and then she changes her clothes in the car before she gets to school? Do you think Buck like Dara picks some things out, some great things for him to wear where Buck looks great and all these things, and then he changes in the car to like comfortable clothes? Like I want to look like a Hawaiian private investigator.
I was going to say Hawaiian popsicle or something.
Hawaiian
Like that's what he looked like in his last shirt.
615-737-1045. By the way, thanks to the J. Martin Ramon fam for including me and Don and 3HL and Slay into their longest thread in Twitter history
I don't
conversation.
know what it is,
Hey, man.
but I had to mute that thing.
I love-
They got muted on day 2 with me.
Y'all
Holy
muted it. I don't
moly.
even know how to mute anything. So I was just like,
Mayor's
hey,
like texting us, how do you mute? I
No,
don't know
I
how
didn't
to
know-
mute.
I was
Nobody
just like,
responded.
I just woke up and there was like 300 something app mentions. I'm like, good Lord. Like I can't find the other stuff. So I'm like, hey, I love y'all for real. I really do. But can y'all please take me out of this? And they did. They were really nice, the fam. They're really nice people.
Oh, did you ask them to
I
take
asked.
you out it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
weak.
ain't supposed to do that, Brent.
That's weak.
No,
Brent.
dog.
That-
You just
hey,
supposed to know.
That's not
That's
fair
good.
to
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I'm
come on,
just
man.
saying.
Listen,
Come
this
on,
is-
y'all give me his votes that y'all gave him about the count.
This is what the mayor does. And I'll go
the mayor
third person nickname.
The mayor does.
You confront the problem and you treat people with respect. You guys just made it all disappear without telling anybody.
Yeah, so they think
That's
we just
respectful.
in there. Yeah. They don't know. There's so many people at the party. Me and Babs just snuck out the side door and went on home.
The other thing I noticed was Frank Caliendo was involved in that. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, poor Frank.
Oh,
Sorry,
I hope Frank know how to mute it.
I'm pretty sure Frank Caliendo knows the mute button.
He's never going to come on the show again.
He's gonna be like,
geez, the
"Dude,
guy.
yeah, you know,
Go on that show.
the thread,
The thread.
yeah,
The
you
thread.
know, guys."
You know.
So who was TB12 talking about?
Yes, tell me more.
It was not Ryan Tannehill. From Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times, TB12 said a team lost interest in him during free agency because he said they were sticking with their MFer. He said that on the shop. The possibilities are Jimmy Garoppolo, Ryan Tannehill, Drew Lock, Mitchell Trubisky, Derek Carr. It is not Tannehill. Tom Brady said it's not him. He's a great guy. Love him.
Is
He's
he
not
going
an MFer?
It's got to be Garoppolo, right?
That's the one that makes sense because you feel like every time now he's going to get that question no matter what team he's going up against. He's like, okay, so it's not Tannehill. And then people are just going to check it off until he actually answers the question.
I would go Garoppolo.
It's got to be Garoppolo.
Because
Well, and
Garoppolo's the
there's
one he's got
history
history
there.
with. Yeah.
Yes.
Jimmy
I mean,
Garoppolo.
That's the common sense answer.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Drew Lock, Mitchell Trubisky, or Derek Carr. Are we all, as Fred Durst once said, in agreement here?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm trying to think. Is that the first?
Yeah, no, I'm in. Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
think
say,
it's
wait a minute, what's going
Garoppolo.
on?
I think it's Garoppolo.
Oh my gosh.
More of your
Jimmy G.
phone calls when we come back. Cousin Joey wants to chime in on the Twitter poll. How much can we learn from preseason games? Coach Mack told us. So we'll talk about that next. 615-737-1045.
Nobody talks to more Titans players than Buck Rising. And with that, you don't always know what you're going to get, as heard with Kendall Lamb.
How'd that go for you? It was nice, just to be quite frank, after practice, we worked for about 2 hours. Then going in there, I call it my Zen time. I sit on the toilet, have a good time, then keep it moving. So
no doubt. Literally keep it moving.
Right.
Zen time is important,
Exactly.
though, man.
The Buck Rising Show, tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 The Zone.
Mortgage rates, yes, back to their lowest lows of the year, and home values, of course, are at their highs of the year, which is a great time for a no-cost refi from Loan Pronto. Jump in on this. So many people are doing it. I've heard from a ton of you that listen to our show who went to loanpronto.com and locked in a better rate, lowered your house payment. Some of you have taken some cash out, maybe did some home improvement projects, get that cash out of your equity. I've heard from a bunch of you. I actually did it myself as well. Loan Pronto can get the loan done in a matter of days. Zero closing costs is the big thing. Zero big bank hassle, and virtually zero paperwork. Eliminate the middleman. Their rates are so low right now. This is what you get. You're crazy not to do it. Lower your house payment, or maybe even go from a 30-year to a 15-year loan if you don't want to tap into that equity. You can do any of that. Loan Pronto can help you do it. 615-499-5780. If you're buying a new home loan or a new home now, Loan Pronto can hook you up with a great low rate deal and zero closing cost as well. Give them a call. Loan Pronto, loanpronto.com, 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. Not all loans eligible.
This is it. The final days of Genesis Diamond's GIA Diamond Extravaganza. Response has been amazing as savvy shoppers take advantage of this incredible
How?
I wouldn't dare.
No. I feel like that's like.
You think it's wrong?
I think it's wrong. Yeah.
I think people could get to a 12-year-old. I mean, let's be real here.
It ain't even that for me. I don't want to be mad at a kid
for messing up your bet.
Yep.
Little Johnny, if Little Johnny would have gotten a base hit with the bases loaded, I would have won my bet.
Listen, Tanner is my guy.
Tanner's a real person.
Yeah,
What is he?
Yeah.
Tanner Jackson?
Tanner Jackson. Tanner the Wild Child Jackson.
Speaking of,
softball Little League, or is that what do you call it?
Softball Little League
World Series is on right now.
Well, so they play tomorrow at 2:00 on ESPN. Tennessee is plus 350 to win it all. That's the third best.
Okay.
So they're ranked third.
Who's the favorite?
Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah, Bucs favorite team.
I would bet on Tennessee though. I would not. I'm saying not bet and be like, man, I need them to get this. I'm just like, I'm cheering for them regardless. So
you would bet to be able to cheer with your bet.
Like I'm gonna be sad, not angry if they happen to lose. But I know they ain't gonna lose anyway. So.
I'm super happy it's back. I did watch an Outside the Lines piece with Lisa Salters this morning about how different it is this year, and they pulled just kind of like stories and footage here and there from not last year, obviously, because it was gone last year. So all of this to say, I'm super excited that it's back. But obviously there's no international teams, so the kids kind of don't get that benefit of getting to interact with kids from different countries. Like that makes me sad. And then, they used to have like the game room, and there's like 5 ping pong tables set up, and all the teams can go together, and they all eat lunch together because they all have the same break. Like they don't get to do any of that this year.
The international teams aren't even there.
Yeah, international teams aren't there, and every single team has their own lunch break. So they don't even get to play or interact with the other kids like they normally do in this tournament. So all of that to say, I'm glad it's back, but it's just not quite the same experience for the kiddos.
Listen, when I was 12 playing baseball, the last thing I wanted to do was go hang out with the other team. I'm ready to beat their ass.
Yeah, but you're there forever.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're there forever,
that's
and
a
that's
very
like
sentimental
a big
argument.
I know.
Now, the
you're
other
there
team's
forever, and that's a big
sisters?
part.
Absolutely.
At 12?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
What grade is 12?
That's
what,
sixth grade.
Sixth grade?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh,
well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't want to hang out with the other team. We hung out with the other team's sisters.
There might have been some spin the bottle going on over at Walter Stokes Elementary.
Well, that ain't happened
Belmont.
this year either. No COVID. No spin the bottle. That is a COVID nightmare right there.
12-year-old Joe had a lot of fun nights at Columbia Academy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my gosh.
This is how we cover COVID.
No
spin the bottle for 12-year-old.
This is way too much information for me.
I'm
like
with
sad
that.
that the kids don't get to play each other in ping pong and their downtime and eat lunch together. And this is what you guys bring up.
Yeah, these guys are crazy, Babs.
Oh, my
Hunt
God.
brought up the sister.
Okay, Slade,
because you were Germantown hotels,
group us
man. We're all in
together.
one hotel, so we're all hanging out.
All right, anyway, back to the Little League World Series championship odds. Hawaii, the favorite at plus 200. Pennsylvania at plus 300. Then Tennessee at plus 350. And then there's a drop-off. Michigan plus 500. Louisiana plus 700. So Tennessee plays Ohio tomorrow at 2 o'clock on ESPN. Ohio is the last team on this list. So in terms of odds from betonline.ag, Ohio's the worst team there.
See,
those poor 12-year-olds.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Should I screenshot this and get it to the Ohio kids?
Yeah.
Like, hey man, y'all might as well just go on.
Let me do their pep games. Their pep speech. Pep speech, is that what it's called? Pre-game speech. That's what I was trying.
Boys were just happy to be here.
I don't know. The
Nah,
last
I'll
pep
tell them,
speech,
man, boys, y'all think they ain't nothing.
the last pep speech you gave was to Trevecca, and then they lost.
Yeah, but there was hype going into it.
And they almost won.
Yeah. So hey.
Against the defending champs.
Yeah, then listen, no, we gave a nice pep speech to why you the one got me saying this now. It's just like G Nash. Yeah, I corrected and Bab said, yeah, you're right, pregame speech. And then you come back and say pep speech. You
I
got
like
me
pep
saying
speech
it.
better.
Give you the pep
It's
speech.
like, who invented that word yesterday? That
yeah, what was that? I saw it this morning while I
I'm
was
gonna have
walking.
to go back and find it.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
was
new.
funny.
Yeah, we need a
3HL dictionary.
I did a hashtag 3HL dictionary. That'll be easy to find.
I'm getting on board right now.
Slade wants to get a whiteboard for the studio.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to put on this whiteboard?
One is our
Schedule?
our record for the SEC. Me, you, and Babs, and we'll let J. Martin Ramona get in on it. And I don't know if Buck will do it. Buck probably do something dumb on the board, like draw a little guy in a Hawaiian shirt or something.
No, Buck will throw the board away.
And then I'll throw Buck away. Now that Buck. I think me and Buck have come to a mutual agreement on things that are mine.
Why did I just picture Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Oh, because that's what it would have been. Fresh Prince of
Music Row.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm just saying.
Fresh Prince of Brentwood?
Nah, he live over I ain't gonna tell where he live because I don't want people out there stalking him. But
he's said it repeatedly, I think.
Yeah,
okay.
he
He lives close to here.
Yeah, okay. So yeah.
His
But we need a
neighborhood
whiteboard.
He does not live in suburbia.
We need yeah.
No, he lives with all the what do you call the cats that are running around without a
The
home?
trash something.
No, that's trash
shelter?
panda raccoons.
Trash pandas.
Those are raccoons.
Oh.
No, feral.
Feral.
cats.
Yeah, feral.
He saves their lives.
He does,
Feral?
except for one that died.
I know, but he tried.
He tried.
He
but
tried.
he-
And
And
he
then
almost broke down.
brings it up in the middle of his appearance.
hey,
like,
man.
didn't know that he lost his brand
So
new
did,
pet.
Did I see that you
He
got
so
another
did,
cat?
Babs.
And Buck goes, yeah. And then I took it to the vet at 2 a.m, and then it died. And he was like crying.
Yeah.
You did
I
it to
didn't
my
know.
guy. You did it to my guy.
Man.
You wrong.
That's what I do, man. I just bring things up and
Just bring things.
bad things happen. Cousin Joey next up on 3HL. Hey, Joey, what's up, man?
What's up, fam? So, look, about 2 hours ago, finally got on Twitter. Of course, y'all know I'm blind, so it's been an adventure for me. But I replied to the poll. I voted for Slay, and in my comments I put, because after 2 minutes we go get some wings.
Oh.
That is probably true.
Guess what, Joey? You are spot on,
You were
sir.
probably, yep, that's accurate.
Boom.
I don't know why. Thank you, Joey. Good job, dude. I don't know why you didn't sell that earlier.
I know. Because I retweeted it when Joey did it, I think.
Okay.
I know I definitely commented on it. Because you are correct, sir.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, for 200.
Mike Morgan on Twitter. You can reach us there at 3HL1045, right? I would say at Don Davenport TN for my therapist out of y'all, but I could never get past the Auburn connection. At Ron Slade 35 is shorter than Ramon Foster, so I would be comparing him to Ramon.
Bunk.
Have to go with Brent Doherty. Plenty of redneck in him, and we have similar taste in drinks.
Plenty of redneck.
What do y'all like?
The closest redneck thing I have in me is I like the redneck margarita, which is tequila and Mountain Dew, which I've turned Slay on to.
Yes,
Oh,
you did.
I've never even heard of that.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
I thought
You
I
also like the front tuck.
Yeah, is that redneck?
I think so.
What is the front tuck?
Like you only tuck in the front part of your shirt and not the back.
It's a closed mohawk.
It's
mohawk.
Speaking of mohawk, it's literally
Love it.
how I have my shirt on right now. Is
Yes.
is the front tuck.
It's a closed mullet.
Isn't that considered like a redneck thing? I do it, so I mean,
I thought that's when you try to show your belt off.
no.
I mean, you can.
I mean, maybe some
Don't the
people
Cowboys
do it,
do
but I guarantee you that one doesn't.
Oh, they show the belt buckle off.
Oh, is that what that is?
Listen
That's
to
what I
Slay.
No,
Dude, you might be a good therapist.
No,
You just-
Cowboys tuck in their entire shirt.
Y'all want, I ain't going to show y'all that picture.
Listen to you. You always start things and then don't finish them.
Because he's afraid of getting in trouble with the picture
He's
he's
always
about to
afraid
show.
of getting in
I got a
trouble.
picture
It's like
right
he
here.
pulled the fire alarm, but he didn't.
And Tom Green still wasn't in Godfather.
Tom
He's
Green.
the baby.
We learned yesterday that
He
Tom
was the
Green
baby.
was the baby in The Godfather.
And then Schaefer tried to text me. I looked at his IDMB or whatever. I don't even know what an IDMB is. What is that?
The IMDb is their page. It's
IMDb.
like their official page that they go to. That whenever they're in a movie and they get credited
You get
for
credit
it,
for
it
it.
gets put
Yeah,
on
but
there.
he
Do you
might
get
not-
money from that?
No.
No, so why I ain't going to that page? I've been in a movie. I mean, I'm not in the movie, but I've been in a play.
What play were
I didn't
you
go in it. I was in not Macbeth. I thought it was Macbeth, but it was
Death of a Salesman.
no.
Romeo and Juliet.
No.
Tis the east and Juliet is the sun.
What is wrong with y'all?
Midsummer Day's Night.
No, man.
Don was in
This is how
Nashville,
Miss Smith got
right?
called in.
Do you have an
Oh,
IMDb page?
No, she wouldn't go do that. You're not getting paid and no credit off there. Oh, you bet.
Yeah, she gets paid for it.
I still get residual checks.
She'll get a check for like $1.82.
My last check was 1 penny.
Darn, it's going down.
Did you cash it?
Absolutely, I cashed it because it's the principal.
Did the bank look at you like you're crazy?
I mean, nowadays you just do it on an app, so it's easy.
Oh, yeah, you send a picture in.
But no, I still get residual check. Like, that's why I'm like, okay, these actors are making bank on residuals.
Not Tom Green as the baby. I don't think he got anything. That's why he doesn't have an IMDb
Went
page.
to his parents.
Well, I had speaking.
Yeah, he can't.
In that, like if he's.
What was your line in Nashville?
Oh, I don't remember. It was a lot because
It was a lot?
Yes, because I had a hard time memorizing it. Because you know how we work, like on the sideline or what? I mean, you just ad lib.
We
You
riff.
just like, you make it up as you go. And I'm
What if
like,
you'd have done that?
oh, well, first of all, I got my script the night before, and my call time was 8 a.m. So I'm like, wait, you're giving me like not even 24 hours to memorize like this long, really long paragraph. And it had like all the names of characters in the show in it because I was a red carpet reporter. So
Boy, there's a stretch there.
I know. So I seriously struggled with my lines. I thought they were going to kill me, but I'm
They're
like,
hey,
I
we
called
gave
my
Connie
brother.
Britton like 19 pages of lines last night. She's got them all down.
She has them all. I called my brother and I was like, how do you remember these lines? And he's like, well, what do you not memorize stuff for your job? I'm like, not really. I just kind of talk. Like you just you ad lib, but you don't have to like do word for word exactly what's in front of you. For that, I had to do word for word, like my script lines.
Babs, you probably should look at me when you're talking because me and you were like we've done plays. They really wouldn't know what we're talking about.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't know
exactly,
that.
Babs, yeah.
You don't know about History Slay?
Well, I'm just saying.
Are you a thespian?
Huh? Are you a thespian?
I have been in a short film, yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, which
Can
one?
we go watch it?
Actually, I think I still have it on the DVD, and I believe I even have an IMDb page. Thank you very
see,
much.
I went IDMB. That's what. See, he on a whole different page. I ain't even on that page.
I
was in
what is it?
IDMB.
IMDb.
No, go to IDMB, Babs. That's the pages that I'm on. If you want to be on Hunk page, you go there. I was in a professional play by Oscar Wilde. The Importance of Being Earnest. Now,
That's right. That's what it was.
boom.
And you might have been slick fried when you performed.
The second show. The first one the day before I was great. Second one I was great also, but I was a little slick fried. So, but don't tell Miss Smith that.
Miss Smith.
Miss Smith will get me. She'll get me.
Oh, that's Steve Smith's wife?
Yeah, Miss Smith doesn't play.
Man, they're doing everything up there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You mean to tell me?
I do have one.
Look at
It's
you.
on there, 2014.
let me.
Self.
Hold on, let me go to this.
Self.
Where you
That's
go
what
to
I
this at?
played. I played Self.
She played herself.
Where'd you go to this at? You just go on the internet?
IMDb and
You just
search
put in
my
your name?
It also has on there some of my sideline stuff. The 2013 famous Idaho Potato Bowl. I did work the sidelines for that one.
Did you get any free potatoes?
I did not.
Hey, was anyone else in your scene? Like, was Connie Britton in your scene?
No. Or she wasn't where I was. The only who was in it but it also directed it.
Chuck Eston.
Yeah. No.
The guy that lives here?
No.
Charles Eston?
It wasn't Charles.
Charles
it was the
Eston?
other
I
one.
don't
I
know
forget now. Anyway.
Okay.
It was very stressful. And there were a lot of people watching because it was filmed outside of Bridgestone Arena. And that stressed me too, that there were a lot of people watching me, like not able to memorize my lines.
You just have to get in the character.
Well, I was in the character because it's what I do.
Because you are the character.
Right. But it was just the line thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to say it word for word.
So you mean to tell me that Neil Orn doesn't stick to the script every morning?
I know that you're shocked that doesn't happen.
Luke in Franklin wants to talk about the Godfather baby. Luke, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, we're
If I remember the behind-the-scenes clips from the box set of The Godfather, the baby in the baptism scene is actually Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, that's all that's cool if you trying to. If you know what I mean? Like,
No, I've heard that
like
too.
you're wrong, Slade.
That's a great wine. I when I go to Cheesecake Factory, I usually get that wine, the Coppola wine. That's a great wine.
Here's the thing, though.
That's about as close as I'm getting to Coppola.
Whenever there's a baby in a movie or a show, they use multiple babies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sophia Coppola, Tom Green. I don't know.
Thanks, Frank. That's a good try, but you know what I mean. And I would like to announce, since we're announcing things, I have an IMDb. Who knew?
Not me.
Yeah, who knew?
Not you.
Yeah, so, and
What does it say?
it says I got 7.5 out of 10 stars.
For what?
For what, though?
What?
What'd you do?
When Algernon discovers that his friend Ernest, who was me, has created a fictional brother for whenever he needs a reason to escape dull country life.
I don't know what to do with that except go to break.
The Titans play 4 preseason quarters against Tom Brady's Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And your flagship for Titans radio has the game.
Comeback foil.
Saturday night at 6:30 on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
For the first time since 2014, the FDA has approved a new weight loss drug now available at Edge Peptide. According to a new study, the average person lost 12% of their body weight, and Edge Peptide clients are already seeing results. This month, Edge Peptide is including a cellular food and sensitivity test with your prescription, a $1,200 value for free, with valuable diet coaching from the experts at Edge Peptide and access to this revolutionary weight loss drug. Your fitness goals could be closer than ever. Go to edgepeptide.com to schedule an appointment. That's edgepeptide.com.
Buddy Allen Carpet One, they are your flooring experts, local company right here in Donaldson, and they'll be able to help you out. Locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are in the store every day. They're going to know every aspect of your flooring project, and you can check it out with them, as they will not hand it off to a 1-800 number for your installation. They're going to handle that in-house as well. So check them out over in Donaldson, 2405 Lebanon Pike, 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
At HeroLoan.com, we want to earn your business. We pay for the appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Get the loan you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com. The only way to VA. NMLS number 1326241.
All right. Summer is now pretty much over. Kids are headed back to school, and maybe you can sit down, breathe, and look at your house and say now is the time to get decluttered and organized from the chaos of summer. Artisan Custom Closets has you covered, from cleaning out closets, taking back over your office space, or if you just need to find some garage storage for all of those outdoor toys and bikes that the kids enjoyed over the summer, let Artisan Custom Closets help you out. Don't just clean out those areas. Get them organized and beautiful with Artisan Custom Closets. They have the solutions you need, from mudrooms and laundry rooms, pantries, home offices. They can put together a beautiful home office, closets, and garages. I had Artisan Custom Closets come and help me maintain my clutter in my garage, and it was beautiful. It's functional, and it was all within my budget. Customer service, their highest goal. They want you to love what you purchased, to feel comfortable, and they want to do it in your budget. And that's exactly what happened when I met with Danielle, my design consultant. She'll be yours too, to help personalize your space to fit your needs. All you have to do, give her a call, 615-800-2199, artisancustomclosets.com. Go on there, put in your information, get a free in-home consultation today. That's artisancustomclosets.com.
How did your favorite school do this week? Don't miss any of the high school football action. Tune in to 104.5 The Zone every Wednesday at 9 p.m. for Tennessee Prep Weekly, or at tnprepweekly.com, and get up-to-date action on high school football across Tennessee. Join Chris Eakes as he breaks down all things high school football in Tennessee. With over 20 years experience, Chris has the pulse on everything from game plans to injury reports. Get the inside scoop on your hometown team every Tuesday night with Tennessee Prep Weekly.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and season rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. That could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
On Saturday, August 21st, we are releasing a limited number of lake lots never before available to the public. Lake lots with covered boat slips from $49,900, $20,000 off lake villas. Call to secure your private priority tour. Appointment times are limited. Come enjoy fresh air, boat rides, and sunshine. Celebrate the lake life and make memories. Limited property release is August 21st. Visit them at TennesseeNational.com, or better yet, give them a call, 865-657-2003.
If you own a home and thought your window to snag historic low interest rates had passed, Accurate Mortgage has improved.
With my sweater zipped up, like up my neck or whatever, with our black 3HL hat on. And he was like, "You look like Janet Jackson."
So you went in the parking lot and cut a video.
Yeah.
We just put it on Twitter. This performance by @DawnDavenportTN needs to be added to her IMDb page.
Yeah, absolutely. I just asked Slay, I was like, "Can you tell I have no rhythm by watching this?" He was like, "No, you look like you were about to get down." I'm like, "Okay, see?
Jamming.
Brad Willis just liked the tweet, by the way. Maybe we should have given him Twitter credit for it. Directed by.
Although he's like important now. He was like in front of the executives today or something. He was in front of the legislators today.
He's important now. That's really funny.
I mean, not that that came off wrong. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
We probably shouldn't tag him on our Janet video.
It's a pretty good video. So you think she's got rhythm? I don't.
I'm just happy.
Not Janet.
I'm just happy when she counted down from 4 to 1. She did the right finger for the 1.
5, 4.
Yeah, because you've seen the other finger plenty of times.
I have, so I was just kind of happy she used the right one.
I don't do that.
That's right, not Babs.
Classy.
Look at the video.
She does. So Babs does the middle finger like a dude too. Like a lot of women do it where they just like kind of stick up the kind of like that. She like
Yeah, you got to, yeah.
She gets the knuckles
You got
involved.
to put the little people around it. Yeah.
And she can. I'll say she can't even show us an example, but she
trying to
did.
avoid it. And she's got really long
like it.
fingers,
I
so
like
it's
it.
like
I have really.
I like
I
it.
should have been
I
a
like it,
piano
Babs.
player.
it's like a double F-bomb. That sounds like something your mom would have said.
That I should have played the piano.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ryan Tannehill's not the guy that Tom Brady was talking about. Somebody in the feed, in the Zone TV feed, Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube, subscribe there, Twitch,
Please.
said that AB was on Twitter saying that he thinks it is Ryan Tannehill based on Tom Brady's body language when he said it wasn't Ryan Tannehill. But I don't know if that was AB like Alan Bell or AB that, plays wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know. They're two very different people.
Very.
And that message comes across two very different ways depending on which guy it was.
Interesting.
Yeah. Nick Saban said
What? What's wrong?
Nick Saban. Man, this is a Nick Saban way of putting pressure on somebody. Nick Saban said all but one of their guys is not vaccinated.
All but one. What did I text y'all too?
Can you imagine if you're that one
You're going to be in
dude?
the portal soon.
I
Like,
I
hey, man.
texted y'all. I said, keep an eye on the transfer portal.
Yeah.
That dude's about to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you, Nick Saban is not going to allow Lane Kiffin and his Ole Miss team to be 100% vaccinated and one to be unvaccinated on his team. That ain't happening.
What do you think that guy felt when he saw that quote from Saban?
Honestly, the fact that that one guy hasn't felt the pressure already to get vaccinated, then he's clearly standing his ground.
Here's the other
He's
thing.
one of what, like 100 and, I mean, what do you think? Probably 115. Is that their number?
Dude, can you imagine if like Jeremy Pruitt last year would have been the coach that said publicly, we got one guy that hadn't. Dude, everybody, they attack him on Good Morning America. But it's Nick freaking Saban. He can say anything he wants.
Well, in all,
that's putting a lot of pressure on that dude.
a ton of pressure, and all of the politics that for some reason have jumped into this, all of that aside, at the end of the day, if you're 100% vaccinated as a team, you have a severe competitive advantage in college football because you don't have to adhere to those COVID protocols. You don't have to test. So if you're vaccinated, you're not testing. If you're like asymptomatic, still have it because we have shown obviously that you can be vaccinated and still get it. You just, for the most part, probably aren't going to pass away from it. But all of that, you don't have to test weekly.
Right.
There was a state like Rhode Island or one of those northeastern states in July had like 300-something people that had been vaccinated that did get COVID and were in the hospital, and 0 of them died.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well,
But again, if you get that shot, a doctor told me or told my wife, if you get that shot and you have the antibodies, that's when you have the reaction. I've never heard that anywhere else. I've never heard it on
anything,
mainstream media, television, but that doctor said that. He said, yeah, I wouldn't get he told my wife I wouldn't get this was a while ago, I wouldn't get the vaccination until the antibodies are cleared.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
They go to war.
Well, I mean, if you have the antibodies, it's the same. You're protected. It's the
You're
same
protected.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
So, well, I guess the numbers out of Alabama were 99% of the players have been vaccinated. So if there's
All I'm saying is-
115, it could be more than just one guy. But I mean,
Nick
small
Saban
number.
said it was all
I
but
thought he
one
said
of our guys.
99%.
No, the quote was all but one of our guys has.
Oh, okay.
Can you
well,
imagine?
then it's 99.9.
Can you imagine? That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine any other coach saying that?
Can you imagine how he's walking around now? He's the only person with a mask on, probably.
Well, yeah, he's the only one with a mask. He's the only one that has to test daily.
Yeah,
weekly.
That's tough.
Well, I mean, a lot of places are going, you need to wear a mask even if you have been vaccinated. So who the
Yeah,
heck
right
knows?
now with what's going on.
615-737-1045. When we come back, Tennessee return tickets to Alabama. Bama fans love it. We'll talk about it next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Blaine and Mickey speaking truth on Rocky Top.
If Josh Heupel flops, if that's not a good hire, then that's going to be what gets Danny White thrown out the club eventually. But football is the king, man. You got to get football right. This Heupel thing has got to go right.
Blaine and Mickey, tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Sports betting legal in Tennessee. Love that. Love local companies. Action247.com offers both. The only local legal sports book in the state of Tennessee. By Tennesseans, for Tennesseans. This is a local company. Check out the website. Get signed up. Action247.com is how you get that done. Download the apps. They're up and running on Apple and Android. Maybe you can bet on which member of the 3HL crew you would choose to be your therapist. Maybe it's Babs. Maybe it's Slay. Maybe Slay's closing ground on Babs. Maybe you could bet that. I don't think you can bet that. But you could bet Little League Baseball maybe. I don't know. You could certainly bet minor league baseball. I know that. Major League Baseball, NASCAR, and football season is here. You can bet the preseason and watch games. Great supplement to your television sports entertainment viewing. This is the company I use, Action247.com. Download the apps. You can do in-game betting as well. Lots and lots of fun. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. For gambling problems support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
This is Tiki Barber with a CBS Sports Minute. LaMelo Ball had a very unconventional path to the NBA, dropping out of high school at 16, playing overseas in Lithuania and Australia, only to be drafted number 3 overall and win the NBA Rookie of the Year. But now that he's tasted success, he's speaking his truth about high school, stating, quote, "You want to go to the league? So school's not a priority. We don't need school," followed by a few choice pejoratives. His stance works for him because he made it. But as someone who has made it, he's espousing a ridiculous stance. Only 3 out of 10
Johnson Pike. Also be on the lookout for another crash at Whitebridge Pike at Charlotte Pike. I'm Joshua Clay with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
From the WinBet studio, win with WinBet. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. The Titans and the Super Bowl champion Bucs. Kickoff is Saturday night at 6:30 on your home for Titans football. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
And the Titans are already in Tampa as they are doing a joint practice. They had one today. They'll have another one tomorrow. Good afternoon. I am Joe Hogg, and Kevin Byard earlier today mentioned and talked about how well he thought the defense performed against the Super Bowl champs.
You know, our mantra is effort and finish. I think as a team, especially as a defense, I think we were conditioned. Like I said, I don't think we started as fast as we wanted to, but I think the conditioning kind of showed as we got along in practice. We started to get our hands on some balls. Defense started to stop the run. So that's definitely good to see, but obviously we want to put it together for the entire practice. But like I said, great teaching lessons we're going to watch on the film later on.
Now, locally, you also have Nolensville that is in the Little League World Series, which will start tomorrow for them at 2 p.m. They will be taking on Ohio in the Tom Seaver Championship bracket. You'll be able to watch that game on ESPN. And baseball-wise, the Atlanta Braves are now 2.5 games up on the Phillies after the Braves beat the Marlins last night and Philadelphia lost to the Diamondbacks. The Braves are getting ready to get going in a little over an hour from right now down in Miami, while Philadelphia is over in Arizona with first pitch at 8:40. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station of the Tennessee Titans and 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
The 3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and
to the back half of the week. All we got left is Thursday and Friday. No big deal. Then we get to the second preseason game. Titans versus Buccaneers. Bruce Arians already said Tom Brady and a lot of their starters not playing. What do you do if you're Mike Vrabel? This is where we disagree, I think. Don, would you go ahead and play some of the starters in this one?
Nope.
Oh, we do agree.
You thought we would disagree on that one?
Yeah, because you want to give them some run at some point, don't you?
I do. But
So
just
the
not
third
right
one?
now. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think it's very important when you have a brand new offensive coordinator, a quarterback with a brand new wide receiver who we haven't seen a whole lot of in practice.
Practice?
You talking about practice? New tight end.
Was just looking at that video on my phone. Literally.
It's the greatest. Not a new tight end, but not your tight end. I mean, there are a lot of different pieces offensively. I know there's a lot of the same, but there are some different pieces offensively, and there's a different guy calling the plays.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, I want to see it. I'm okay with not seeing it in this game.
Do you want to hear from quarterback one, QB one?
I would love to.
Ryan Tannehill after practice. How'd they do?
Talk to me.
It's great. It's great to get different looks. You know, we see the same looks. Our defense sees what we do. We see what they do. And you get to come out and go against some different guys, with different skill sets. Very limited looks on tape of what we're going to go up against. So you get to go out and compete and test yourself. So really proud of our guys, the way they competed. You know, obviously, a lot of things we need to clean up, but look forward to doing that tomorrow.
What'd you think? See, I love Ryan Tannehill, but that whatever that piece of machinery was that was making all that noise was far more interesting than Ryan Tannehill.
It was like DeChambeau. Walking behind Kevin.
You had to really focus to hear what he was saying.
Almost made me tune out.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, man.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
That was hard.
I've always said that about Tannehill since he was in Miami. That was the most boring Hard Knocks ever. Now, this one might rival it by the time we get done. I don't know, but. And I love the dude. Go out there and throw passes, but when you're looking for personality quarterback, but he's not the guy.
Not the one.
What did he even say? I don't know.
He's happy they competed.
I'm just glad
That's
to be
what
here.
I got from him. Yeah, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But I think he like them competing. I think that was good. But
Did y'all
got
have
them
to meet with the media in Europe after basketball games and stuff? Were you required to?
Yeah.
How hard was that as an American You could speak enough of it, right?
Yeah, and then they would, yeah.
But sometimes you wouldn't understand a full question, would you?
No, but they put the translator up there with you. The only reason I'm hesitant on this is because you hate it to do this. And I love talking to the media, but they ask some of the most ridiculous questions. Like,
give me an example.
European media different than American media? Because a lot of
Yes.
people think American media does that.
Yeah, well, they might. But example.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm putting
No,
you
you
on
are-
the spot,
yeah,
but I just.
Ron, you had a really good game. What went into this game that was so much different than the other games?
You're like nothing.
Not a thing. I
just played better.
I'm averaging 19. I got 19.
There's no difference.
I don't know maybe you should ask Coach. Some you win,
So what
some
do you
lose.
ask? Are you a jerk? And does the translator have to translate jerkiness?
No,
for you?
well, I always tell the translator, hey man, listen now. When I look tired, man, just make up something. And give
Just
it to
make
him.
up something.
Like I'm gonna look like I'm saying something to you, but make it up and give it to him, man. Because come on, dog.
You did not say that. You are trusting
Help a
your
brother out.
image to translator. You know what he could have said? He could have been like, screw you. That's a terrible question. I can't believe. I mean,
I can't believe you would even ask me
I
that.
can't believe that you would trust that.
I tip good.
Now I'm wondering how many other players actually do this.
I tip
Right?
good.
Like seriously, like how many other players just look at their translator and be like, dude, just make something up.
If you tip good, they're gonna give him good answers.
Remember, Sammy Sosa couldn't speak English at the trial. Remember
He
that?
couldn't for that 30
At
minutes.
the hearing. Not a trial, hearing.
Yeah. But you want to keep it like that if you're foreign. Because you never know when because they'll use that against you. Like
Don't
you
let them know that you know.
that you understand. Yeah, because they'll say, "No, he understands what I'm saying." Like we had an arbitration meeting one time, and that's what I was able to use in the arbitration meeting. Like that, I don't understand Italian. I ain't got a clue what's going on. But the funny thing, hey man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, Guillermo. So Spanish and Italian is very similar.
Yeah. We talked
Guillermo
about that
Diaz was in, like, we had to go before arbitration in Rome. And Guillermo Diaz is from Puerto Rico. So he knows Italian. Well, he knows Spanish, of course, but Italian, very similar. So they told us before we go in, the GM of the team, when you go in here, you don't understand what they're saying. Plain as day. So I told G, I said, hey, dog, I know you know what they're saying. Do not respond to them. So they asked me about 3 questions. And every time they ask me, I just look at the translator like this, like, and wait on him. And then he'll say it to me like they said it. And then I'll look at him and say something, and he'll respond the way you're supposed to respond.
Right.
They did it to Guillermo. They did it to my dog, G. And as soon as they ask him, like, ask me a question, Don. Asking in English, but we acting like it's Italian.
What happened in this play?
As soon as we ran that play, it was, and the translator was hitting them, and he's like, and they looked at him and said, "I thought the players didn't understand Italian." I'm sitting there looking at G like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to really answer.
Did you say that to him in Italian?
Yeah. No, I said it to him in English. Like, I'm looking at him like, but I can't give it away. So I'm like,
yeah.
Come on, man. And the translator, he went on and took over the conversation. And then they asked him again, we thought you didn't understand. And she was like, well, you know, I speak Spanish. You know what I mean?
So it's similar.
It's similar, yeah, but I don't really understand. Hey, and he lost the game. I got mine appealed. And he lost the game because of it. So he lost the game.
Really?
Check. Yep, just because of that. It's crazy. So
I always just laugh at Ryan Tannehill and his lack of personality. I just think it's funny. Answers like that. Like, Hunt played that for me before the show. I'm like, oh, pull that.
Yeah, that's vanilla as they can come.
I mean, you don't need it.
Huh.
No, I mean.
Can you play it one more time?
Hunt's on the phone with anonymous.
I'm not gonna lie.
You tuned out.
You don't even know what he said? You started listening to that machine, didn't you?
You could pay me $1 million and I could not tell you what Ryan Tannehill said in that conversation. And I'm the one that wanted to hear it word for word. Yeah, let's listen to
Babs just
Tannehill
said it
after
during the break. It was like you asked for it. It was like he was speaking Italian.
Yeah.
Can you give me Ryan Tannehill again so that I can really focus and not have to have a translator?
And y'all want her to be a therapist.
It's great. It's great to get different looks. You know, we see the same looks. Our defense sees what we do. We see what they do. And you get to come out and go against some different guys, different skill sets. Very limited looks on tape of what we're going to go up against. So you get to go out and compete and test yourself. So really proud of our guys, the way they competed. You know, obviously, a lot of things we need to clean up, but look forward to doing that tomorrow.
What'd you think?
I think that was AB on the balls machine in the background.
I thought he was standing beside a Sam's fan, one of those humongous Sam's fans that they have.
Oh, no, that was definitely Jugs.
Jugs
machine, yeah.
But
do you think that Ryan Tannehill's wife tunes him out?
If he talk like that, yeah.
I mean, I don't think he probably even has to talk like that. Like, don't all wives tune you guys out?
Yes.
Bingo.
Yes.
I mean, I'd say I love Mr. Babs. I tune him out.
Because I can answer so affirmatively.
Well, I know your wife tunes you out.
Oh, absolutely. She doesn't even care what my answer is.
By the way, speaking of your husband that you just said you tune him out, Dawn, as a therapist, can I get my 2 cents?
Yeah, and I said, no, you were not asked. Nobody asked for your 2 cents.
Look, I'm just trying to get above 3%, people. That's all I'm going for here.
No.
If I get to 35, I won.
In the borough. Oh, here we go with Slay's math. Will in the borough. Will.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Will.
Happy anniversary, Dawn. Ron.
Thanks.
I got to start tipping my translator? What?
Hey.
Come on, man. I didn't know that was a thing.
If you want it done the correct way, brother, gotta do it.
Wow. You got to pay a translator or you just tip them?
No, see, my thing was tipping them so they would give good information back to the media, so it would be printed
I
the
got
right
you.
way.
I got you. It's like slipping the maitre d'.
There you go. Leave me parked up front, big guy.
I got you, man. I got you. Okay, you're cool, man. I'm good now.
So you will. Isn't it true though that you're not supposed to tip in Europe?
No,
like at restaurants and stuff?
No, they'll tell you no. And their boss can't see them getting it. Like our guy Marco, it was a famous Mexican restaurant we go to every time in Milan after games. Everybody meets up there. I would tip him outside. I'd be like, man, just meet me at the club later and I'll give you a tip. But they eventually started accepting tips because
people like money.
He wanted a little piece of it. But but anything else in other restaurants, they are not accepting it. Like you can leave it on the table, they'll run and catch you going out the door and bring it back to you. Messed me up the first year over there. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Y'all know, how do y'all make money? And it was like, man, as waitresses, waiters, we get paid little. No, we get paid little. It's just you got to grind.
That's how it is.
Just got to grind.
Turn those tables. PJ on Twitter, Babs tunes Brent out on the daily. Why are you laughing?
Because it might be true.
Todd, did Babs just say balls machine? She
Sorry.
did, but then she's changed it to jugs real quick. Balls, jugs. I mean, it's the same.
Jugs.
It is the jugs machine, to be technical. All right, when we come back, Todd Furman joins us. We'll talk point spreads, Titans, Buccaneers. What does that look like on Saturday? We'll talk with Todd next on 104.5 The Zone.
The Titans are in Tampa against the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, it's the preseason, but hey, it's Tom Brady. Mike Keith and Coach Mack have the kickoff Saturday night at 6:30.
Throws a man down and goes out of bounds at the 40.
On your home for Titans football and flagship for Titans radio, 104.5 The Zone.
There is nothing better in broadcasting than Coach Mack laughing during a play. I absolutely love that. You know something special is happening. Something special is happening in Bristol coming up on September 18th. Love talking about this race with you guys. I know Mickey does as well. The Bass Pro Shops NRA night race is Saturday, September 18th. This is the cutoff race in the NASCAR playoffs, so check it out. Who will make it past round of 16? Only 12 will advance. This is a must-win race. It's high banks and short-track racing where tempers flare. It's America's night race. It's Bristol, baby. Check it out. Racing all weekend. Thursday, you've got the Truck Series, Food City 300 on Friday, and the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race Saturday, September 18th. I went to a night race one time. Awesome. One of those sports bucket list things that you will never, ever forget. Check it out online. BristolMotorspeedway.com. All the information is there. Camping is available, so you can check that out online. And you can get tickets there as well. BristolMotorspeedway.com. Give them a call, 866-415-4158. That's 866-415-4158. Bristol, the last great Coliseum. BristolMotorspeedway.com. It's Bristol, baby.
This is it. The final days of Genesis Diamond's GIA Diamond Extravaganza. Response has been amazing as savvy shoppers take advantage of this incredible value. It's truly a game-changing offer. Now through Sunday, all GIA certified diamonds at Genesis are 20% off. That's 20% below Genesis' already unbeatable price on the most beautiful GIA diamonds you've ever seen. Listen, this never happens. These discounts are rarely, if even offered to the general public. A 20% savings on all GIA certified diamonds is truly unheard of. In fact, don't be surprised to see other jewelry store owners and even diamond wholesalers shopping alongside you at this event. All diamond shapes are included. Rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, hair-shaped, even fancy yellow diamonds. From a half carat to 10 carats, from $1,500 to $500,000. Don't miss this chance. Get Genesis guaranteed best price minus an extra 20% on all GIA certified diamonds. But remember, this special offer ends at 6 p.m. this Sunday and will not be extended. Hurry for the best selection only at Genesis Diamonds. Green Hills and Cool Springs. See store for details.
Have you guys heard the groundbreaking announcement from Jordan Spieth and FanDuel? They have formed an official partnership. Frankly, I can't think of a duo more appropriate for each other than these two. Spieth has already established himself as one of the most elite golfers in the world with a record of accomplishments that most won't even achieve in a lifetime. And everyone knows FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbooks. To celebrate this match made in heaven, FanDuel is giving an odds boost to all customers who bet Spieth to shoot par or better in round 1 of the Northern Trust. That's right, FanDuel giving all customers an odds boost on one of the most elite golfers in the world to shoot par or better in round 1 of the Northern Trust. Offers like this, just one of the many reasons America loves betting with FanDuel. And they also have tons of deposit options and lightning fast payouts. And the app is safe, secure, and easy to use. New customers, go get a risk-free first bet up to $1,000. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up using promo code DAWN. Now, you must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. Risk-free bet available for new users only and issued as non-withdrawable site credit. Odds boost must wager on designated boost market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $150. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Tennessee Red Line 1-800-889-9789.
I sold my home for more than I anticipated, and I got to decide when I was ready to move. I received my all-cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, and they let me move after I found my new home. They made it easy. What up, y'all? This is Ron Slay, and this review is coming from 3HL listener Melinda. If you're like Melinda and ready to take advantage of this red-hot real estate market, the guarantee offer from Mark Spain Real Estate keeps you in control. You can sell your home fast or choose when you want to move after you find your new home. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. It's that simple. Mark Spain Real Estate has earned over 6,000 five-star reviews. Sell your home with the most trusted real estate team. If you're like Melinda and ready to take advantage of this red-hot real estate market, the guarantee offer from Mark Spain Real Estate keeps you in control. You can sell your home fast or choose when you want to move after you find your new home. Go to markspain.com today. That's markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. Or call 855-299-SOLD.
Hey, mortgage rates have taken a nosedive back to the lowest in history. Don't miss your chance to lock in a lower house payment with Loan Pronto now. Hey, it's Dawn Davenport. Call Loan Pronto like I did today and take advantage of their super popular zero-cost refi program. You can get a rate with an APR in the low 2s with no junk fees and no closing costs. Yes, they pay your closing costs. Who else does this? Loan Pronto's all digital process. It's fast and easy, virtually no paperwork required, and most loans get closed in 14 days. Mine did. And if you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Think about that.
that little bonus. Call Loan Pronto now and start the process before rates spike again. Get your forever loan today. 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com. If your current mortgage rate starts with a 3, act now. 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans eligible for zero cost option.
Football, fresh golf oysters, and Nashville's best variety of live music with free parking. Scoreboard has all this all the time. Open air seating, TVs galore to watch all the sporting events, or just sit back and take in the music. 26 years of rubbing butts for our Hickory smokers, a new outdoor turf viewing area, and a menu to satisfy all. Scoreboard has you covered. Enjoy the world's largest bushwhacker selection with fall booze options and all-you-can-eat low country boil every Saturday in September. Come join the fun at Scoreboard, and we're always hiring fun people at all positions.
Whether it's offering curbside or next-day delivery, for online orders on over 160,000 parts or getting involved in their local communities, when it comes to serving you, Napa's Motor Never Quits. That's Napa know-how.
Divorce is never easy, but it's important to have an attorney who understands the personal and financial ramifications. Everett Law. We will be here when you're ready. Visit us at everettlaw.net or 615-244-8665.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Traffic Center.
Looks like we have an accident in Madison now at I-65 northbound after Old Hickory Boulevard, and a wreck in Hermitage at Andrew Jackson Parkway just north of Lebanon Pike. Also west of town, a new crash at I-40 eastbound right before we get to 440, and a few other new accidents. One over on the South Loop at I-40 eastbound at Church Street, and another one south of town in Berry Hill at I-65 southbound right after Armory Drive. I'm Joshua Clay with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Chicago Bears quarterback Andy Dalton is all for Justin Fields being the starting quarterback, just not right now.
I know who I am. I know who I was created to be. I know where my identity lies. And so do I want the fans behind me and this team and all that kind of stuff? Yes. Do I want them behind Justin? Absolutely, I do. But that's not my focus. I can't focus on all that right now. Like I've said before, Justin's going to have his time and Justin's going to have a great career. But right now, it's my time. And so my focus is on being the best player I can be for this team and do everything I can to help this team win.
Look, Nagy says Andy Dalton's the guy. But he also said, like he's talking out both sides of his mouth, he also said he wants to get in more reps with the ones. He was 14 out of 20 the other day with a touchdown and ran the ball for 33 yards and another touchdown. I'm telling you, I'm all Justin Fields all the time. The Bears have been looking for a quarterback forever. Go with the kid from Ohio State. Let him learn. Maybe not play that opener against the Rams like one Bears fan called us and said, hey, man, why don't you let Aaron Donald go after Andy Dalton and then bring him in?
There you go. Only problem is if they messed around and won, which they're not, but if they did, that'll be a problem. But I'm with you.
They could.
Yeah, nah, no, they can't. I'm with you. Give me Justin Fields, man. The excitement, the energy, and I am a guy that loves to watch and listen to peers judge the person. And if you look at that sideline, when Justin Fields came over there, like everybody was all in on it. Like, I mean, it's just different. Yeah, it was just different. It was just, you could feel the energy just being different with Fields, most definitely from the crowd. But outside of them, from the teammates, the way to me, just what I was looking at. I think the team rallying around Fields, not Dalton.
The team, like watching the team reaction is one thing. Like the crowd's always going to go after the high draft pick quarterback or the backup quarterback or whoever.
Yeah, they did the same.
Unless you're the Titans, because nobody wants to see Logan Woodside on that field.
Right. Who was that that ran in?
At least Brent doesn't.
I don't. I don't want any part of that.
You want whoever QB2 is, they got you anyway.
Seriously, like, the Titans could absorb the loss of Derrick Henry more than they could absorb the loss of Ryan Tannehill, to me. Doesn't mean Derrick Henry's not even maybe the more important player. I don't know. But isn't that a weird kind of conundrum?
I just don't even want to fix my brain to think. I know I'm supposed to, but I don't even want to think like that. So I'll let y'all have that conversation. I do not want to, like, either one of them. Like, please. It's too much excitement. Too much energy.
See, we've got Todd Furman he's in Vegas. Todd, who would affect the point spread more, Ryan Tannehill or Derrick Henry?
If you have to even ask me this question, Brent, I haven't taught you a damn thing in nearly 10 years of doing this segment at roughly the same time every day. When you look at the drop-off at quarterback, if we're talking about Logan Woodside taking over from Ryan Tannehill, I'd make over a touchdown adjustment, which is probably more aggressive than the betting market. But that's kind of how I feel about what Tannehill means to the offense and what he's shown over the last couple of years. Yes, Derrick Henry's been outstanding. He leads the league in rushing for back-to-back years, the first running back to do so since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006, 2007. But you can replace a running back much easier than you can replace a pivot because teams will put 11, 12, 27 men in the box to take away Henry if Ryan Tannehill's not out there.
So are those the kinds of things you're looking for? Because you just said you would make it more than a touchdown difference, but you would be more aggressive than Vegas. So then you've got value built in there, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's where we can kind of identify opportunity as bettors. If we don't feel the market has adjusted enough to a player's absence, whether it's a skill position, a starting quarterback, or anywhere else on the field, that's how we go about identifying opportunity. And oftentimes you can capitalize with narrative. I think a lot of people out there don't understand the impact that Ryan Tannehill has had on this offense over the last couple seasons when you dig into his metrics. And quite frankly, there's nobody else on that Titans roster right now at the quarterback position that would leave you brimming with confidence to take over and run it as effectively as Ryan Tannehill could do, especially when you look at the team and realize, hey, the mastermind behind the offensive resurgence is no longer there in the form of Arthur Smith. You're going to have a first-year offensive coordinator in Todd Downing taking over. And while it's not apples to apples, you look at Todd Downing. He's called plays once in his career with the Raiders back in 2017. The Raiders finished 17th in yards and 23rd in points. I know the Titans' offensive skill position guys are significantly better, but for those folks that think this offense isn't going to miss a beat, I think they're sorely misguided.
That's interesting. So where is the Titans' number right now? Are they at 9? Is that what that is?
Yep. Right now, if you shop around, there's some 9s out there that are heavily juiced over, and there are some 9.5s where you'd have to lay a price to go under. Now, the thing the Titans fans should obviously be excited about is they play in arguably the worst division in all of football, especially with questions swirling about the Colts' availability of Carson Wentz, although I think there's a good chance he'll be out there for week 1. But you have two teams in the Jags and Houston Texans that are in full-blown rebuild mode. So you have a 2-horse race atop the division. And I'm not sure the division champ in the AFC South is even going to need to win 10 games to try and get into the postseason.
Todd, you think the over-under on a guy like Justin Fields getting in before Andy Dalton, we were just talking about this, what would this over-under be? 2 games, 3 games, or a situation like
I mean, right now, Ron, if you look, Dalton is a massive favorite to be the week 1 starter, and I would be absolutely stunned, barring injury, if we see Justin Fields fed to the Wolves week 1 in prime time against the Los Angeles Rams. It's a great question, though, because when you look at the Bears' schedule and try and find that soft landing spot for where Fields might actually make a whole lot of sense, the Bears will start the season against the Rams. They'll get a home game against the Bengals. I don't think you pull the plug on Andy Dalton that quickly. You have a road game at Cleveland, and then you have back-to-back games against 2 teams that I have rated in the bottom 5 in the NFL in defensive talent, in the Lions at home and then at Vegas. The problem for the Bears, the 4 games after that, Green Bay, at Tampa, home against San Francisco, at Pittsburgh before the bye week. So I would probably make the over-under for Fields' debut start. I'd set it for week 4 against the Lions.
So outside of Trevor Lawrence, who's the most likely rookie quarterback to get out there first?
Well, I mean, Zach Wilson. I mean, not to be a smart-ass or anything.
No,
I mean,
those two guys. About him,
yeah, those 2 guys will be out there right from day 1. But at the same time, if you feel that Fields is going to be the Bears starter as early as week 4 or 5, there's a little bit of opportunity to bet him for Rookie of the Year because he'll have a much better supporting cast than the other quarterbacks. And we've seen it time and time again. Just because a guy doesn't have a direct path to playing time right out of the gates doesn't mean they can't make for an attractive wagering opportunity early on. And I think that's part of what makes the Rookie of the Year market so fascinating. But if I'm looking at, overall there, not to go off on a tangent, I'd probably be focused on Javonte Williams, the running back in Denver. I really believe he's going to be their week 1 starter, and I think the Broncos aren't getting enough love in terms of what this team has as far as overall roster talent.
Speaking of rookies not getting enough love, Kyle Pitts, man, that's the guy, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I think Pitts is going to have an impact. There's no doubt Atlanta's going to want to get him involved, and he is a physical specimen at the tight end position. The problem being is when you look at the learning curve for tight ends, it's been a little bit difficult for guys to really be impact players right out of the gate. So much more is asked of them than just going out there and catching passes and serving as a wide receiver. So it'll be fascinating to see how quickly Arthur Smith can get him involved. The problem for the Falcons is you scheme for Calvin Ridley, you try and take away Kyle Pitts. That roster doesn't have a whole lot of weapons, in my opinion, knowing that Arthur Smith goes from having a battering ram and Derrick Henry in the backfield to a guy in Mike Davis that isn't nearly as explosive.
Yeah, not only do they not have weapons getting the ball, but they might not even have a weapon getting them the ball. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, it all depends on how you evaluate. It definitely depends on how you evaluate Matt Ryan. Clearly, he's in the twilight of his career, and he's not going to be the same pivot as Ryan Tannehill. So there's no doubt that all this love that the Falcons are getting, I'm a little bit skeptical, but I think Arthur Smith can do things. We saw him resurrect Ryan Tannehill as far as an offensive mastermind, so got to believe there's a little bit of optimism down there in Atlanta that this team will be better than what we've seen the last couple of seasons.
Point.
This is a great week for Todd, though. Like, I mean, he's on my side. Until we see what Arthur Smith does, Todd sounds like he's on my side. He's in the sleigh ride. Sit back. I'll get a cocktail.
Todd doesn't
to
take
you.
sides. Todd.
I have to take sides where I think there's opportunity to make money. So I will say Slay. As of right now, I'm definitely leaning towards the Eagles as 3.5-point road underdogs week 1 against Atlanta. But have not bet the game yet. Have to do significantly more digging before I dive into what my week 1 slate will look like.
So where are you on? Having said that, where you're not fully in on week 1 yet? Have you taken a look at the Titans and Cardinals?
I have, and the biggest question I have, and it's something that we talked about every week last year. I know Titans fans weren't thrilled about it, but it's the defense. And while you bring in a ton of fresh faces, whether it's Bud Dupree coming in off his torn ACL, Janoris Jenkins, Caleb Farley, who they drafted out of Virginia Tech, you look at Danico Autry, Elijah Mold, and the list goes on and on. And you guys know as well as I do, everyone talking about Amani Hooker. There's still a lot of fresh faces that have to integrate into a defensive scheme, and it makes me skeptical for a team that was bottom 5 in nearly every key metric. They weren't able to get pressure on the quarterback, and one thing that blew me away as I did some of my preseason digging, of the 13 teams that had the fewest sacks last season, guys, only the Titans made the postseason. So for me, that tells me it's typically not sustainable, and in comes an Arizona offense that's a lot more dynamic. For me, with this number being bet from 2.5 to 3, strong lean early on towards Arizona plus the field goal.
Interesting. So
I keep telling Babs, it can't get worse on defense for the Titans, right, Todd?
I say
No, you're 100% right. That's the one thing. There are only 32 teams in the NFL, so if the Titans rank 30th in a lot of those metrics, there ain't a whole lot further they can fall. So we kind of joke on the Bet the Board podcast. Just be below average, and it'll be a significant upgrade.
What's 32 minus 30, Todd?
It's 2.
Right.
It's 2,
so guess
Dawn,
what?
It's 2.
It can be worse. It can be 2 spots worse.
Well, you know what's Dawn, this may be the first time you and I are on the same page. Usually I'm the pessimist as it pertains to the Titans, but here you are, ready to throw them to the wolves. Are you ready to make the proclamation that they could be worse than the 30th overall total defense this year?
No, I'm just saying it could happen. That's all.
All right. I see where you're coming from, and I can understand completely, but clearly this is a unit that's going to look a lot different, and I know a lot of people are excited about the fresh faces, but at the same time, as we've seen in the NFL, individual talents are great, but continuity goes a long way, and I just haven't seen this group really make big strides, especially under a head coach who comes from that defensive coaching tree and Mike Vrabel.
Ooh.
Todd.
Dang.
Todd, real quick. Just tell me this. The Titans not moving from winning AFC South, even with Carson Wentz coming back as week 1.
For me, there's no way, Ron, that I can lay a price on the Titans. I mean, at minus 150 right now. I'm not running to the window to bet the Colts because I do think the Titans have a schedule that's slightly more favorable early on. But I will look for a price to try and find on Indianapolis to try and get involved. And it may come as early as week 3 when the Colts come into your guys' backyard for that divisional showdown against Tennessee.
Todd Furman, our guy in Vegas. Did I see 6.5 number for the Jaguars? Did I see that?
Yeah.
For which particular game? I mean, the Jags win total?
Over-under win total.
Yeah, their win total 6.5.
Under,
I mean,
right now with your money.
A lot of optimism down there with what Urban Meyer can do with a rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. But I'm with you. There's no way I'm betting this team over the win total. I think they have a long way to go, and it's going to take some time to really change the culture. The depth isn't quite there the way I see it laid out. The one thing that they have working in their favor, I mean, again, they play in a division where they're going to have ample opportunity. But I think even if the Jags were to go 6-11 this year, that would be considered a successful campaign. No way I'm betting this team to win 7 games.
Plus, they took that hit with the release of Tebow, man.
Hey, I mean, now they're not going to have God on their side, and we know that's worth at least 1.5 games over the course of 17 weeks.
Hey, okay, hey, John, let me ask you, let me ask you this. Houston Texans, what's the over-under on win total for them?
The Houston Texans win total as low as 4.5 in a lot of spots. And again, another team that I'm not running to bet them over. I don't quite know how a franchise has fallen into disarray as fast as the Texans, and I kind of tweeted out, I mean, it's only a year and a half ago. This team had a 24-7 lead in the playoffs at Arrowhead against the Kansas City Chiefs. And here we are right now with the worst roster in the NFL, a head coach, who will be the oldest first-time head coach in league history. And David Coley comes out, and I'm not sure if it was earlier today or yesterday, saying, you know what, I'm going to play off my gut more so than analytics. Houston Texans fans, all 17 of you that are still out there and loyal to the franchise, I wish you nothing but good health. But this fall is not going to be all that enjoyable for you.
They went 4-12 last year, so and they got worse.
And that was with Deshaun Watson putting up ridiculous Hall of Fame type numbers, Slay. Right. So imagine if you don't get that quarterback play. I mean, you have a trio of running backs who I'm not quite sure would qualify as bona fide Division I starters right now, where they are in their career, and David Johnson, Philip Lindsay, and one other that eludes me right now. And defensively, I mean, they have a long way to go. I mean, this is just a team that's got to figure out its identity, and kind of scary for the Texans going forward.
You can't name all their running backs. They have 57 of them.
No, exactly. It'll be running back by committee. You'll get a carry here, a carry there. And some teams it works with the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. I'm not going to give the Houston Texans the benefit of the doubt in terms of how they're going to distribute touches in the backfield. That's for sure.
Speaking of Deshaun Watson, here's what Coley had to say today about him.
Deshaun's here. Again, every day he's here, he comes in, he works. He does what we ask him to do. And, he's here every day and he's doing fine.
Is he injured? Or?
No, he's not injured. He's just, like you said, each day we come up each day and we have a thing for him. And basically, we got done what we needed to done yesterday in practice.
What in the world did he just say? Number one, Slay's right during the bite. He said he sounds like Obama. He sounds like a combination of Obama and Gruden.
Yeah, Gruden.
But what did he say there?
Not a whole lot of reason to be optimistic about his contributions. When you look at what some of the beat writers close to the Texans have said, they believe Deshaun Watson has played his last down, and then I think Watson is listed as 4th on their depth chart. So I can't imagine we'll see him take a single snap as a quarterback of the Houston Texans going forward, and clearly the most likely landing spot still remains Philadelphia, in my opinion.
All right, the Vols play 2 weeks from tomorrow. They're, 33-point favorite against Bowling Green. You find value in Tennessee there?
I don't find value on either side, but I'd rather be holding a ticket on the Vols. I'd rather be holding a ticket on the Vols than I would Bowling Green. When I looked at some of my power numbers here, obviously some questions about what this Josh Heupel offense will look like. And this is a team in Bowling Green that doesn't have the athletes, doesn't have the depth, doesn't have the coaching to really push them whatsoever. So it is the definition of a lay it or don't play it type game. I think at least for 1 week, Vols fans will be pretty excited about how this group will look.
Nick Saban said today that they've got one player that is not vaccinated. What are the odds that player is vaccinated this time tomorrow?
He'll either be vaccinated by tomorrow or he will not be a member of the Alabama football team. There's no chance that Nick Saban is risking anything that'll pertain to on-field performance or their ability to defend their national championship in any capacity. But I did see that the Big 12 earlier came out and said they're going to recognize any COVID issues as forfeits. I can only hope that cooler heads prevail, that if these rosters are 100% vaccinated and you do have breakthrough cases, hey, let logic kind of rule and let these kids either go out there or play. Don't penalize them for doing everything they can within their own power.
Titans-Buccaneers on Saturday. What do you think?
Well, the biggest question is, what will we see from the Titans as far as their first unit is concerned? Bruce Arians already come out and said, hey, look, we're not playing any of our starters. We're going to use the 2 joint practices to get us far enough. Obviously, for the Titans, you're not going to see Julio Jones, or at least I'd be stunned, given the fact he really hasn't been available in practice. You look at the Titans, they were much better defensively than I anticipated in their opener against the Falcons. So for me, I would lean towards the Titans in this particular spot. Problem being, you missed the best of the number with the Bucs, a 3-point favorite, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Titans win this game going away.
At Todd Furman, the Bet the Board podcast. Check that out. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate you, man, as always.
Always a pleasure, guys. Look forward to catching up again next week.
There you go, Todd Furman. Love him during football season.
Yeah, we about to have some fun.
Oh, I can't wait.
Either I'm going to be on his neck or he going to ride with me. One of the two.
There's no gray area.
Nope. Because I ain't like what he just said about the Vols. He don't know what to pick. What do you mean, Todd? I don't care nothing about the odds. Come on, man.
Jim White's going to check in live from Tampa when we come back with a
pick.
Practice report. That's next on 104.5 The Zone.
Jason Martin and Ramon Foster might have the mics, but the show is about you, the fam.
You guys are the show. We have some microphones. That means you can hear us. We want to hear you. We want to know you. You guys are just like us. Just like us. We might be in a different position in terms of our voice can be heard by more people. You know what else it doesn't mean? It doesn't mean that your voice doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that ours matters any more than yours does. We just love you guys.
J. Martin Ramon, tomorrow, starting at 6 on 104.5 The Zone.
What up, people? You know who it is. Me, Ron Slay. Got something to tell you. J. Martin Ramon call it for the fam. I'm telling you where you can go and get something really, really good. It's a place just for you and the fam. It's game days. Got game days coming up. Who do you want and who do you know has the largest selection of wines, whiskeys, spirits, and craft beers? Red Dog Wine and Spirits. That's who. They have been a Franklin, Tennessee favorite for over 20 years. They are experts in all things, beer, wine, and cocktails. Now, Red Dog Wine and Spirits, they can help you. They can help you do a lot. They can help you find that perfect bottle, that bottle of wine you can get for dinner. Like Babs just had an anniversary, probably with the Red Dog Wine and Spirits. It's cool. So outside of that, you can also, for tailgating, go get that seasonal craft beer. That's going to be good. You can funnel it. You can chug it. You can do all kind of things with it. Then outside of that, you can go get the best bottle of bourbon for that special person in your life. That's what Red Dog Wine and Spirits do. Go to where I go, Red Dog Wine and Spirits, Riverside Drive in Franklin, Tennessee, next to Publix off Highway 96. Online anytime at reddogwineandspirits.com. When you go in, tell them I'm in the building. Red Dog got you.
BetMGM welcomes you to Showtime with a risk.
Tennessee returned tickets to Alabama.
As they should.
So Alabama tweeted out, due to, opposing team return of tickets.
Of course they did. Alabama
more.
Athletics tweeted that out because a visiting team returned their ticket allotment. I mean, that's just an extra shot at Tennessee, isn't it?
Yeah, but what fan would want to go down and basically see a public execution of their favorite pet?
On homecoming, who schedules
Lord.
No, I mean that's what it is. It's like you're going to pay money to go down and see your favorite pet decapitated. I mean that's
quite vocal.
You want to paint any more of a picture right there with that?
Who wants to see this game anyway? Like on homecoming.
Bama's going to be favored by 30.
Not on homecoming. I'll go if it's a regular game. I'm not going on homecoming.
Hey, Jimmy's a Vandy fan. We can ask him.
Jimmy has seen.
You want to go?
As I was hearing your conversation, I kind of chuckled because if you're a fan, you go. I mean, I've been to so many Vanderbilt road trips when they were probably a 50-point underdog, and I didn't think they had any chance to win, but I still went and supported my team. So that's no excuse for not showing up, I have to say.
No, Jim. I'm going to homecoming, Jim.
I'm going to watch the public execution from my house.
Well, that way when Tennessee gets good again and it goes down and win, nobody can accuse you of jumping on the bandwagon. You don't want to go down there when they lose by 40 or 50, but you want to go down there when they're good.
Yeah,
Jim, I'm driving the bandwagon. The bandwagon in the shop there.
We can talk about the season tickets that are purchased and things like that, and if we want to go down that path. But I'm not going to Tuscaloosa. I'll let them have that one. So Tampa, I love seeing Tampa Tom in the orange sickle uniform and the jersey. That was cool.
Yeah, and I have to say, it wasn't a great day for Tom Brady. I mean, it's funny as I was watching things kind of unfold today, and the Titans picked him off 3 times. Elijah Molden got him. Jackrabbit Jenkins got him. Amani Hooker got him. And watching the Titans defense kind of hold their own, I'm thinking, okay, am I going to be the only guy writing? I'm working for the team website. People are probably going to think I'm being a homer since I'm working for the team. But as I'm writing, saying the Titans held their own, I'm kind of curious to see what the take is going to be from everybody else. I flip on the local news here, and 2 of the stations I watch pretty much said the same thing. Like, it was a bad day for the Buccaneers. The Titans took it to them. Granted, a lot of the issues, when you pick off Tom Brady 3 times, you're doing something right. But the Buccaneers had a lot of issues with drop passes today. It was funny. Antonio Brown at one point, beat Elijah Molden on a play downfield, and he got up and said, "This blank is too blank and easy." And then the very next pass they threw it to Antonio Brown, it bounced off his hands, and incompletion. He ended up dropping 3 passes in a row right after that. And the Buccaneers did that throughout the day. They dropped all kinds of passes. Maybe if they catch some of those balls, it didn't look like it did. But Titans defense, I thought, held their own. And on the offensive side, with no A.J. Brown, no Julio Jones, I thought Titans receivers, from Josh Reynolds to Nick Westbrook-Akeen to Chester Rogers to a number of guys, really made some plays for the Titans. It's pretty impressive.
How important is it for them to get this work? Not against each other, traveling down, and not only against another team. You're talking about the Super Bowl champs, and not just the Super Bowl champs that brought everybody back.
Yeah, it's important, and I should have mentioned Marcus Johnson in that group too. He's another guy who had a good day. But I think when you are competing against each other every day during camp, 3 weeks in a row to start, you kind of know your tendencies. You know what the guy's trying to do to you across the line of scrimmage, and when you go up against another team, you get an opportunity to try some stuff out, and you're doing it against a team that won the Super Bowl last year, really talented offense with good receivers, big, tall guys, shifty guys, and you're doing it, against a defense that is pretty stout. So it's great work, and I'm sure the Bucs can come back tomorrow, a little extra motivated, because I do think the Titans not only held their own, but probably won the day today, and so I'll be curious to see what tomorrow looks like.
Hey Jim, one quick last question that you're not going to answer, but I'm going to try anyway. How many wide receivers do the Titans end up with on their final roster?
I think 6, although 7 wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, and that's an outside possibility of 7. So I'll be curious to see where it goes. And the reality is that, the draft picks, Des Fitzpatrick and Race McMath, probably not in those 6. So that raises the question of whether you keep 7 to keep one of those guys. That's the intriguing part.
Hey,
and as I'm on with you guys, I noticed Mike Vrabel has already taken a dig at Tom Brady after today. There was a picture of Mike and Tom, and then Tom Brady's son with Vrabel after practice, and Vrabel just tweeted, Jack Brady talking with his favorite former Patriot, also pictured Tom Brady. So already a dig from Vrabel at his former teammate.
Hey, Jim, thanks for jumping on. Really appreciate the practice update. Thank you, man.
Okay, you got it. Have a good one.
All right, TennesseeTitans.com is where you can get his work at. Jay Wyatt Sports. 3HL After Party coming up next. Is that right?
That is correct.
Thank you, hon.
I just retweeted that, by the way. You can check it out. Mike Vrabel's got jokes.
Sean Pendergast coming on tomorrow from Houston, does radio down there. We'll talk about the FBI going after Deshaun Watson. Man, it's getting nasty down there.
Nebraska, too.
Have a great night.
See ya.
We're gone.
Watch your favorite 104.5 The Zone shows and interact with other Zone listeners in the chat. Live on Twitch and YouTube. It's 104.5 The Zone TV.
This is Tiki Barber with a CBS Sports Minute. LaMelo Ball had a very unconventional path to the NBA, dropping out of high school at 16, playing overseas in Lithuania and Australia, only to be drafted number 3 overall and win the NBA Rookie of the Year. But now that he's tasted success, he's speaking his truth about high school, stating, quote, "You want to go to the league? So school's not a priority. We don't need school," followed by a few choice pejoratives. His stance works for him because he made it. But as someone who has made it, he's espousing a ridiculous stance. Only 3 out of 10,000 male high school basketball players get drafted to the NBA, so 99.97% of them will be professional in something else and absolutely need an education if they want to be gainfully employed. LaMelo Ball has made it, and he's trying to keep it 100, but don't listen to